Okay, my friends, so we are not having anything like that, these beach chairs, because they're not needed, right? People can bring a small fabric, such as a half of a sheet, right? And so that's what it is, because we don't need none of those. People can sit on the floor. I'm gonna plant some palms, right? So you can have a little shade here, a little shade there, right? And we can use some of the umbrellas, beach umbrellas for everyone, that's fine, because during this time people are getting adjusted, okay? All right, here it is. Thank you. Polar cone is gonna be something like that. You see this one, it's bulky. Have some one side, some on the side, bent on the center. You see here? I don't know if you can see a little bit, but it's bent. This is very good because it's good for many types of hair, and it's not too straight or too far away, so they grab some hair. That's important. We need something that would grab some hair. Okay, people that have very thin hair to grab hair, they can also use this one, and they can last for millennia. We just wash, once a month. You wash really properly. If you get dirty with fuzz, wash once a week, but the real wash once a month is fine by the 5th of each month. Okay, all right, doing really great. Use your toothpaste really wisely. This is very important, okay? Whichever you have, use them wisely, because, we have to learn how to save, right? And then those companies inside continents for this and for everything else, for the floss, everything else that we're gonna need. So they're gonna produce a lot according to what is needed, and gonna send to people some, and to the beach, right? Cities nearby, from 100, 200 kilometers from the beach, so they can put them in storage rooms, everything with AC, because we don't want the plastic of these things to go to materials. A little AC there, just to keep, the climate on, right? Never too full, the AC is gonna be up high, right? Leave on 78, okay? So we'll come a few times a day, fine, they're safe, they're not bad, right? Because we want to avoid everything, even laptops, we're going to make extras, the best as possible, because those companies need to close down. Remember, we need laptops, but they have to close down, because all the cities in center of continents, for everything we need, construction items, showers, tubs and doors and knobs, and everything, okay? All right, so they're gonna produce how much is needed. They can even send to other continents if they need help. Okay, everything got what they need. All right, they start closing. Which one gonna close first? From the center going out, always this way, from the center of the continent going out this way, always, okay? And then you keep the ones that are closer to the beach, keep producing, okay? For everything we need, for plastic kitchen containers, for bowls we're gonna use. What is not 100% decided, like the bowls, wait, because we're gonna have different colors. We need different colors, because the camera is gonna be easy. We need a few things. They're standard, yes, they are, but they need different colors, okay? So if a school, for example, elementary use this color, middle another color, preschool another color, like this, right? Different colors, right? And they're gonna reuse until everyone ate already their lunch, for example. And then another school is exactly the other way around. So if the preschool use the blue, right? On the other school, they're not going to use blue, okay? Something like that. We're going to change, or one residential community, another residential community. And we are going to have decorations, not every door, not every mat. But now, who has a mat, not those that grab too much sand and too much hair, no, not those. Made out of natural fiber, they are really bad, they're not good. But if they're these synthetic ones, they're just like a padding, okay, we wash really well, and we keep them for now. So you move in 2 years, everyone gonna keep their mats. People that have 2 meds, because sometimes people change along the year, like some people in the United States, they're gonna give to a thrift store, and we're gonna mail to people that need. So every floor or every building gonna have at least one person, a maximum of 2 people, with a mat or decoration for the door. Okay, decoration that the kids can do at school, right? We're gonna give examples after. So we know which season it is for that thing, but nothing gonna take long to be decided. If somebody did something wrong, it's already decided, already recorded, already proved, and already have reports about and done. Okay? All right, doing really great. If you have chocolate, coffee, anything that's without sugar is fine. If they have sugar, just gonna use a little bit and give a little bit to each, nobody gonna take too much, use it and done. Okay, and leave the plain ones for afterwards, because we need people, because we're not throwing away, right? If you have such as, unless it's too much sugar, then it's okay, you just put to compost, right? Far away from your food, on dirt, far away on the dirt, on the soil. Okay, just remember, keep on the proper containers. Okay, the only exception for items that you can put on bags. So bread and pasta, it's for 6 months until the end of June. All the bread and pasta, no flour, nothing. We can give the real grain to people, right? So they can cook the real grain, but not flour of anything. Okay, not coconut flour, not wheat flour, okay, because they're not needed, not sustainable. But for now, we can eat if the bread is healthy, if the pasta, it's good, it's all right. Use the one we have, okay? And to make new ones, we're not making any tiny like that. We're making a little bigger. I think I already put a video on the sizes, okay? But up to the end of June, that will be fine because it's sustainable, right? Okay, thank you. Right, let's say a few words about socks. Socks can have a little logo, as soon as they're white, can have a little mark, a little word, right? Because nobody's gonna see, right? That's okay. Get the marker and paint it out, that's fine, okay? Everyone, the whole planet, need 2 or 4 socks to start with, because some people have 20, right? So we have to share. 4 socks. They come home, they wash, the parents wash, put some hot water, for these first days, and wash and dry. And then how they're gonna do it? So they open the socks like that, right? If they don't have enough, they open the socks like that, wash, right? And put one beside the other in a towel, okay? So let's pretend it's like this, pretend this is a towel, okay? So that's how they're gonna do. So they're gonna roll. I'm doing just with one hand, but for you to have an idea. They roll. And then what they do? They squeeze, right, really well. Okay, so they're gonna squeeze this way, right? Here, this way. Okay, they hang on a place that has fan done. You know how they're gonna hang? They hang open like this. They're gonna hang open. Right, so the fabric gonna have air in the middle and not be stuck like this. They're gonna be more open. So just shake them, next day's dry. For sure until the other day. So everyone on the whole planet needs 2 socks, from babies to elders, okay? All right, very good. So now I'm going to show you a bag that's authorized for 2 years. You can use, you don't lose points if you do like I'm going to say now. All right. So you have to use markers here. You see, it's kind of soft, that's okay. You need to wash, right? Every bag needs to wash weekly. If you're using them, they have to be washed weekly. These you cannot put on the washers. That's the hard part. These you can wash on a machine. These you can wash on a machine, okay? But that's fine. But you have to wash. When you get the information on your cell phone, with the Peace app, you're gonna check. Yes, wash it every month by the 2nd, because every month by the 2nd you have to wash your bag. So if the weekend is the 30th, 31st, it's okay. No, let's do the 5th. Let's do the 5th like everything else, okay? Because then you get that day and you do everything. All right. So this has a little a little, it's not really a mesh, it's a funny fabric, you see? But it's soft, it's soft. Anyone, those, the security guards have to check it, you know? So you're gonna handle the bag, they're gonna grab, make sure there's no metals in here, nothing hard, okay? But you won't lose points. Why? Because it's even good for us to have something different for some people, that's fine, such as this is not really a logo, that's fine. You just have to take any words out one way or another, right, with markers. On this case, because it's plastic, you cannot do anything else, okay? All right, really great. All right, so let's say a few words about the family bag. What's the family bag for? Only for Sundays. The person are going out to a park or the beach, right? Only for Sundays, out of the property. So they would need a bag. Otherwise, they just carry their ID, their country ID. That's also their work badge. That's really strong, really well made, and it's good for everything, right? Okay, and the same as the student's ID. For children and teens, is their country number right there, right? Okay, and if they move country, and then they need to make a new one. All right, during these 2 years, of course. Okay, so this bag you cannot have, because in December now we're gonna use money, but if you use money you cannot put food unless the food is inside containers. I'm gonna show you afterwards. But this bag is authorized. Look at this. Just need to sew, right, a little better here because it's getting out a little bit here, you know, because I always use inside out. So that's okay. You see, it's completely plain. You see, and I have a little paint here, you know, a little drawing here, you know, inside, but it's soft. It's not rough, it's not rubber, so it's okay. You know, I can open up to anyone, and you can bring, if you're going to a place that does not have drinking water fountain yet, yes, it's okay, because we don't want people to, you know, to be dehydrated. It's very important for these 2 years, so you can bring water. But when you enter a building, you know, or the beach or whichever, the bottle needs to be empty, transparent, always transparent, like this one, right? One per family, and you won't touch, right? Because you cannot bring 12 bottles. You're not doing that. It's one per family, and then you go fill it up, right? Because some parks are long. We want people to walk. We want people to go to places. We want people to go to the beach. And people drink water all the time. They cannot go all the way to the bathroom. Some beaches are far away from the bathroom, right? So they carry one. I think we're going to authorize up to 2, but when you enter, they need to be empty without the cap for us to make sure you don't have any gas in there, okay? So this is very important. Empty when you enter libraries, auditoriums. You cannot bring water because they have water fountain, sorry. So it's an improvement here. But when you go to beaches, state park, national parks, if they're gonna close or if you're gonna work, that's okay. You can bring 2, yes, 2 per family, because we need people working. And the bathrooms where usually the water fountain is really far away, unless they are authorized to have big containers for everyone. So they're gonna put in a very high stool, and people just get with their hand, right? And then they wash their hands with sanitizer, make breaks every 2 hours, right? So everyone rub that hand sanitizer, rinse a little bit to take the chemical out, and drink water. But if this is the most sustainable, that will be people enter with them empty and with the cap open. Soon after, that will be fine, okay? All right? They can fill up during the day and for work or for fun on Sundays. Okay, so a bag like this is authorized. You just, as I did here, you just, if you have any sign or logo, it's okay. Don't even have to paint, because if you're gonna use marker here, gonna damage that. So instead of doing that, you just, they're gonna show you how to do, you know, because I use inside out for more than a year now, you see. So what you do here, you just flip them over, you know, and make a proper sewing, take out anything you needed, and use bags like that. But they're soft, they're washable, perfect. Okay, this it's authorized but needs to be remodeled because of this Velcro I show you. Everything else is fine, you know. For the holder, it is soft, even that inside is plastic, you know. The holder is not too long, can also be used for conference. That's another subject, sorry. Okay, let's focus on this subject now. That is fine. As soon as you fix this, you know, that's fine. You can use it for your work. All right, so let's say a few words about your shower towel for these 2 years. Okay, everyone's mandatory to use hand towels. How the hand towel is gonna be? So you're gonna try this bumpy things, a flexible towel, of course, because some are too stiff, with those bumps because they dry easier, right? They wash easier instead of many tiny ones like that. But both of them are authorized. I'm just giving you two ideas. If you have anything like that, because you cut in two, you know, to have 2 towels, right? One big one, you just bring to the school, right? Or to the adult education. Adults can also bring to adult education and fix. All right? Or the university. We're going to have machines at the university because they're going to sew clothes afterwards there, right? Okay. So they can fix that nice and neat, trim first, fix, okay. All right, so we are going to have, so this one is 60 by 40. It's about 60 by 40. I use for more than a year, but it's for me it's convenient because it's easy, but that's too small. We are going to have, it's 60 by 50, minimum, 60 by 50, okay? Why? Because we're gonna work a lot. We're getting adjusted with putting things, we're moving a lot, right? People, we know the center of continents is still moving to the beach, right? Okay, so we want to be the most sustainable as possible. What that means? Easy to wash, easy to dry on that day, and also dry every day, right? So we're gonna have clothesline, right? And need to be proper sewn. So get your big shower towels, cut in two. The kids or adults bring to the educational site, fix them, and you have for the whole family. Okay, all right. So everyone will have two towels because in case they're hung on clotheslines, they have an extra one to use for one day or so, right? Because not everyone's gonna wash right in the morning their clothes, right? And some places don't have much wind or won't dry by the end of the day. Okay, so everyone's gonna have two, the whole family. So we can, well, the family is what, 12 people, right? So everyone's gonna have 24 towels. In all tropical and subtropical countries, right, we're going to have one to start with, okay? And then when the whole planet got a towel, and then we can get the second one. Makes sense, right? Okay, so let's cut the big shower towels into that measurement. Minimum 50 by 60. It's easy, you know, so you can get, when you're gonna rub your back, that's what you do. You get one point here, right, with one hand, and go all the way and get another point here, right? And you slide one side to another so you can dry your back really well. And here, let's pretend this blue towel is your body. So sometimes you can do this way like that, you know, and sometimes you can do the same day, after the same shower, you can do a little bit like that. Why is that? Because then you're gonna rub your back really well because you're not going to have much loofahs now, remember? We're getting adjusted. Some people might still have parasites, some people, so we're not sharing unless you're gonna boil it. And maybe we don't have billions of loofahs right now. So this way, you're gonna take anything extra that was left in the middle of your back. Okay, so you're gonna rub both sides and take any, because the skin needs to be rubbed. The right is to use loofahs, right? And you stretch your hands and really do it. But for those that do not have loofahs yet, that's how we're going to do. Okay, so here is just basic information for these 2 years adjustment time, and see you soon. So let me show you a few bags. This bag has different sewing on the side, but can be useful for now, right? Can be useful. So we're gonna tell you for 2 years all those bags can be useful, even that they're not the proper material inside, they're plastic. You cannot put on a dryer, right? If it's inside plastic, so you want to shrink one side and the other, and then you're gonna ruin it. But you can use all the Velcro you have from anywhere. You see here how many? We have a lot of Velcro to substitute all the shoes. We're gonna have machines for shoes, you know, like shoemaker machines, right? And already replace Velcro, take all out these strings and replace. Replace with what? With the Velcro we already have from different places, okay? All right, so this is very important. But if you go the first day, right, when you show the movie, okay, so which bags you bring your things. You cannot bring that to the laundry. You're gonna use regular pillow cases to bring your laundry. You don't need bags. Bags out of code, you know, it's not for this reason, okay? Because maybe you still need, right? Maybe not. Maybe just for the first 2 months, okay? And then you don't need anymore. All right, so every shoes that need to fix that's still good, like this one, you see here, that's the dress code shoes for everyone to go to school, okay? They can play, they can have fun, that's fine, that's the right one. Remember I told you it's a little elastic needed here and done. It is fit, it is good. But for now, if they are not good for one reason or another, you're just gonna remodel them, right? So all the school's gonna have new things to put on the top, right? Proper glue. They're gonna learn how to do that, you know, and then that shoes get checked for that person. Every shoes, every clothes, you take the teacher gonna do their reports. They're gonna record, and you're gonna say the name of or write on a piece of paper, you know. So every student, middle and high school, they're gonna have the names of who they're gonna fix their clothes. Put a little piece of name, right? Because we don't want to do the voice with the recording to have any mistake or think people did one movie of a person, words of another person. So just put in a little piece of paper. Use the same paper for the whole year with the members of your family that you might bring to fix their shoes or their clothes. Middle and high schools can do that. Elders can do that at the adult education. We are not doing that at the university because not needed. Because everyone would have, right, older children at middle school, high school, or elders, right? Because we're living with the elders as well. Okay, so gonna fix that, right? Put something there to protect, because you cannot hot these holes, you know, to hot the child. You're gonna take this thing out, right? Put a new one, or just one, the piece that goes all around the new one. So it will be a little bit here, right? And then for things like that, every child gonna have the little short videos with the teacher phone and edit and make their addition for their class. So these shoes is the same. You see, if you forbidden to throw shoes away, forbidden. My friends, we need shoes. Some people have only one tennis shoes. They don't even have another one. I washed this one. I got the trash. I washed really well. You see? So just fixing here to show you. All right. So shoes like that, you know, you're gonna replace all of them with strings, everything. You're gonna replace them with Velcro, right? That's the first thing. Okay. So you replace them, right? You jump always one space if it's needed, or you do right there. 1, 2 strings of Velcro come out and stick in. Okay, so that's authorized. Even that have some black here around, some black there, but that's authorized, you know. It is not too stiff, so you get even more points than those I showed you before. They're good for any sports, okay? So this is good. This is an authorized, and inside is good. And also, children need to take their shoes. This Salo used to play, right? It's different, but children randomly gonna ask to take their shoes off, or the security guards to check they're going to school, because Salo has another one to go to school. There are many hours in school, they need proper shoes, right? Okay, so this we take out, we don't need that, that's just for sewing purpose, but the new ones, we're not going to have that, you know. The people gonna use the boxes and bring the shoes in. The boxes go right back to put new shoes in the same box, you know, because people are not going to stores dirty hands, right? And the same box or the same hook, right? The hooks we're gonna see gonna be used over and over the same. Hooks, yeah, more sustainable than box, because plastic hooks, they quickly disinfect them, you know, with some vinegar, rinse, and next day they're ready to be used for new shoes, right? At the shoe making location. All right, so here's the same way. You're gonna fix that. You're gonna take this out, put 2 velcros, always 2, one in the middle, one at the end, done. Large, like maybe 2 centimeters or so, one centimeter and a half maybe, right? Okay, this you can use even that's colorful, right? What you cannot have is words or big logos, or you just paint out. If you have something like that, you get the marker and you paint out on the top of it, okay? So it's forbidden. In the future, we're not going to have this bump here. You see, it's a little bump there. It's forbidden because not needed, okay? All right. The other thing is this cushion. We can have that cushion, it's fine. But the security guards, you know, they're going to scan thick shoes. And sometimes they're going to scan this too, you know. And you don't lose points. You don't lose points for having that, because many people need this cushion. You see, some shoes has more, some shoes has less, and so you don't lose points. This would be not good. So I don't know if you can, how you can fix that, you know, because you don't, it's different than a clothes. You see here, it's different than a clothes. So I don't know how you could fix that. But anyways, I'm sure professionals would do it how to fix, so you won't lose more points, because one, it's not the dress code, right? But the other is a hole in it, okay? But it's bendable. So we're gonna have all these points, you know, written down for everyone. We're just gonna take notes for now, right? And people gonna be, the security guards gonna be checking for security when people arrive. And probably we don't take points out of anyone for 6 months, right? Okay? People gonna be fixing and doing, right? Because I'm sure, no, we are just a few points, you know, for those that are proper in dress code, of course. Yeah, we are doing points already. But if we don't have established how much, you know, maybe we'll be ready only end of January, end of February, that's okay. You just go to school the best shoes you have, okay? All right, so this is authorized. Even that's neon, we're not going to have neon in the future, right? So it's not really clear, it's more towards the neon. So, but for now it's authorized. You don't lose any point with it because it's flexible. It's a beach or pool shoes, right? Flip-flops. Okay. To have dirty shoes, it's forbidden. Okay, it's forbidden to enter. Dirty shoes is different, you know. It's different. It's not authorized to have dirty shoes. Okay, it's forbidden. You need to wash your shoes. Everyone needs 2 shoes. Okay, so you have to wash your shoes. All right. Okay, so here we are. And this is look a little dirty, but I just washed like 2 weeks ago or so. So we have to wash more often and put the kids to wash, okay? All right, everyone, doing really great. Get organized and get ready. Okay, so let me show you. This shirt has this different fabric here, different fabric there, you see? And here, 3 different places, you see? But it's soft, it's easy to check. The partner just lift up and the security check the clothes, you know? Lift a little bit and check. Here is not needed, right? Here is not needed because it's already rounded. The person does itself. We're gonna see, that's the security thing, how, if it's something like that, because even if it's the same pattern or not, how we're gonna do it, right? But this is soft, so that seems okay, right? So maybe for the other one we authorize too, as soon, just for these 2 years, right? I think that is fine, right? No, the logo gonna fade out, right? You can paint and no words, so a shirt like that, yes, you can use it, okay? All right, I think that will be fine, you know? And on the future, we're not going to have any sewing like this. But for now, the security guards have to come and touch it, right? And touch, okay? To make sure it's nothing there, okay? And if it's a fabric, like in this case, it's just a fabric to take it out. You see here? So you're gonna get the scissors and gonna cut them really gently and take them out entirely, okay? All right, so we can use it. And for everything, for the security and also for the students, they're gonna know which ones they have to touch themselves to make sure it's nothing there because a different pattern. The other thing, nobody can use very stiff clothes, right? So the jeans and everything, the shoes they take out every day. And after a while, the security guards the security team gonna let us know. After a while, they're gonna do randomly, not to every single student, every single worker, right? Such as for thick shoes or stiff clothes, right? After a while, but I don't know that while how long gonna be, because we need to be really safe, because it's a new humanity for all of us. We have to have kindness. We have to have willing to do this, right? Okay, so that's in a few words what it is. All right, my friends, so I see you soon. Then here we have more updates for today. Take care. Okay, so I just measured. So if we have about 80 centimeters this way, and if we have over here about 45 centimeters, you know, here, look, 40 until here, and then, yeah, about 45 centimeters, that would be enough. Okay, so what you're gonna do? You're gonna stack the underwear, and you're gonna stack two, you know, socks like that. All right? And if you have too many, you can put some socks under the pajamas, for example, right? So that's how we are going to start for now. Okay, so you have an idea, have everything neat, organized, clean. They have to learn how to don't put dirty clothes here. So, and they have to use the pajama for the whole week, the same pajama. So Salo keeps his in a bathroom, but the right way is for everyone to have a place, you know. So we would need one more space, you know, such as for here, one more space, you know, to have all these details, because for the children, teens, everyone, to keep their use pajama in another location that's not the clean pajamas. Here's all the clean clothes. Forbidden to put dirty clothes with clean clothes, right? And the sweaters, pretty close to go out, were hang as I showed you there. Okay, all right. Okay, so here it is for you to have a basic idea. All right. And let me show you something else. So if you have a shirt like that, that's okay, you know. It is soft. You see here, it's soft. You just take the tag out, and you know, it's good, you know, to go out with your family. You don't have to cover the whole hip area, because that's only your family, your spouse is with you, right? The same as teens. They're gonna have party days, special days. They don't have to cover the whole hip area, you know. And here, the side, it's okay. You can do that. It cannot be too long. All right, so here it is. Some updates for today, and we see you soon. Now, let me show you already a few other things. So, if you have a sweater like that, you know, a long sleeves, but it's soft, it has only one material, this is soft, you know, that's okay if it's really cold, right? That's okay, synthetic, right? Just have two buttons, as you see there. So all this is okay. it's long and cover a little bit hip area, right? So this is okay. And plain clothes, even that on a future we're not going to use lines like that. But for all these clothes I'm showing you, we are going to open some exceptions for 2 more years because it won't hurt anybody, you know. But we're gonna let you know afterwards which ones, according to how many we need, because we want to use all the clothes we have now and afterwards have only dress code. But I don't know if we're gonna let something like that that's almost blend in, okay? But for 2 years for sure. Now I want to show you this detail here. So this is forbidden for afterwards. You see here this pattern here, but for now, for these 2 years, that's acceptable as well. Okay, so now let me show you here. So if you have a little logo like that, I didn't have proper markers, right? But it's okay, you're gonna just cover it up, right? And you can use it, that's fine, okay? All right, so let's start again talking about children. All right, so children's clothes, so that's how you're gonna do. The pants, they can use for 2 days if it's clean, right? If you can spot dry is okay, but if it's clean, okay? All right, they can use for 2 days, so they can use. The one they use on Friday, they can use on Saturday for Garden Day, all right? Okay, and then Sunday is, it's Happy Day, they use the clothes there. So if it's cold, very cold, they can use pants. Otherwise, they're gonna use shorts. So you can put, you know, if you're using pants, you put the pants on the top. If you're using shorts, you put the shorts on the top there, okay? All right, and here the same way. If you're using long sleeves, you put the long sleeves on the top. If you're using short sleeves, it's warm, it's hot, okay? Or if the person is fair skin or getting adjusted, use long sleeves, even that's hot, right? To protect them from the sun, because many people are eating really unhealthy. They are not used to the sun. They are in heaters, in air conditioners. They don't have good immune system. So use long sleeves because they're gonna take sun adjusting with the months. All right, that's very important. You are in charge of that, not us. You know, it's better go every day with long sleeves for the first few months while you get adjusted, while you eat healthy, do your workout, have good cells, good immune system. You are in charge of that, not us, the organization, okay? I mean, the headquarters. All right, so put your long sleeves on the top, you know, everyone the same way. You can only have 2 buttons, all right? And everyone with 3 you take out and give to high school students, right? And the elders can also fix clothes, all right? The elders can also fix clothes. Okay, the ones that have some stains or are faded, but they still suit well, you know, can be play clothes. Instead of going to a thrift store and buying more, it's okay. They don't have to cover all the way their hip area because, you know, they probably is from the year before, so it's okay, right? And so we are going to do that. We're going to use, so to play, they come home, they use play clothes, so the other ones, they don't get damaged. If they're dark, they can already play. You know, it's already end of the day. They're going to play what, for 20 or 40 minutes outside. So if they're dark, that's okay, right? They can use the same clothes, right? But if it's a Saturday or Sunday playtime, you know, and then they can use the play clothes, all right? So you don't get those school ones damaged because those are better, they have better colors, right? Those are already faded, okay? And they're gonna be old school clothes, right? With colored clothes or t-shirts, right? So you're gonna have a variety of them, right? Always have them neat, okay? The same as for the shorts, right? The same as for the shorts. So if they don't fit too good to go to school anymore, they're a little bit short, you know, for children it's okay, right? They're not teens, they're not showing anything, so it's okay. If they're a little faded like this one, it's okay. But here, play clothes, school clothes, right? Okay, and here it's the pajamas, right? The pajamas. So here the pajamas, I don't have pajamas and pajamas. I just have pajamas in a stack. I don't have any shirt because he's using the other shirt. And sometimes he uses that, you know, he uses that shirt to sleep. We have also this big one here, you know, we have this big one because it's comfortable, you know. So it's too big to go to school, and it's a t-shirt, so he uses that to go, and the other one's in a bathroom. All right, so here you just need now a place, right, for underwears and a place for socks. So we will have something like that, a little bigger, because here we don't fit too many socks, right? And it's hard to adjust. So right now, you know, we stack them in, but will be something like that, you know. I will let you know how long, okay? Say a few words about this sweater here. So this sweater has a V. That's how the knee one's gonna be. So the ones, the adjustment ones I showed, that's fine. They can be round, they can have a little cut, whichever it's needed for these 2 years. And exceptions for 2 more years, because after that we're really gonna have everything we need, okay? All right, so this will be the pattern for the future sweaters. No zippers. Zippers forbidden anyways, right? Because we don't need. But for these 2 years, if it's in a sweater, you have to take the zippers out, you know, completely sew and leave 2 points, two buttons here, okay? You need to take and fix them, take the zippers out. All right, this is good because keep the clothes tight where you want. If you want to put it up a little bit, right, it's too hot, or you know, okay, you can use that. For the bottom, we're not using this. This is forbidden, okay, because it's really not needed, okay, for any age. All right, so we're gonna have straight regular sweaters with the regular sewn at the end. All right, okay, very good. One more update for our 2 years checkup. All right, so I have 2 sweaters here to tell you a few words about them, because we're not using anything thicker than that after 2 years. So the ones that are thicker now, because it's winter time, right, such as the whole Europe and north of United States is cold and even snowy, right, and Canada and so on. So they can use what they already have, right, that's okay, all right. And we're gonna give details on that afterwards because they're working in snow, okay. But for people that gonna be working, if it's not too cold, they can already have something like that. It's synthetic and soft, because it's forbidden to work with very stiff clothes unless they already have their own city, cleaning up their city, and after being approved. So please, the safety team, that's part of the security team, security department, sorry, gonna check all these details. So what you have to do, if the person already wears that, you're gonna touch and check. They cannot have thick parts or stiff parts, right? The same way I'm doing here to authorize them to have the clothes they have. They're gonna wear the boots they have, right? The boots they have. Okay, so what happens is this is much softer, you see, much softer here, and this is more rough, but it can be used also for winter for these 2 years because we don't want to hurt anyone. Right, when winters come, some places get cold, really cold, at the deserts, right, at night. So this is easy. They're clean. They have one to sleep every day. You know, they have one to work. They have their fans on, right, in verandas, for example. With the fan on, for sure everything gonna dry, right? Okay, with the fans on, everyone need those, by the laundry room, those fans on. Okay, all right. And we are going to make for summer cotton shirts, because they will have the protect against the sun, right? So even that's burning hot, they need 100% cotton. Otherwise, it will be too hard for them to work, right? And many people are not used to sweat on synthetic, right? Because that's not good. Okay, all right, so let's make the synthetic for people that need. Let's make the cotton for people that need, and let's get ready for these 2 years. So we need all these clothes ready for work and adjustment time by the end of January, ready to give to them, because February they're really going to start working. January they're going to start working a little bit close by, right, to show their work and go to interviews and things like that. But February they already passed the interviews, check, passed the tests and everything. Okay, all right, thank you. Talk about blankets, right, and towels. They need to be plain and solid. Okay, so the synthetic ones all are the best, right? Cotton or synthetic. The synthetic is even better for now, and keep the cotton for afterwards. We're gonna keep in storage in proper plastic, dry them really well, wash, dry, so we are sure we have for the first few years, right? Okay, after these 2 years, we have for all the families, because we cannot use patterns from Disney, these big words, or or printed, some of them are printed, many different things. Okay, so what you're gonna do? You can have them, they're all sewn, right? That is really important, all of them are sewn. So you can keep the measurement, not the whole information, country and all this you don't need. So you would take, instead of keeping something old like that, the main thing is what? 100% polyester and the measurement. You can get a marker and write right here, or a blue pen and mark right here, just for you to know that's a kid's blanket for the winter, or it's an adult, queen size, right? So just for you to put, so you're gonna put single, so it's a single, and you're gonna put queen size, okay? But the only difference that some teens or adults, they're really taller, right? So we're gonna give adjustments for that afterwards. For now, we're gonna use what we have. Okay, you get more points if it's solid colors like that, and you get, if it's big marks, you cannot have it. Okay, so you have to figure out, go to 3 stores and find out yourself. Okay, but if it's something small, a little logo, something, right, not in a whole thing, then it's okay. You just covered up with a marker. Okay, so here we can use small blankets for children, because there's a very big difference, right? Some are 2 meters tall and some are just more than a meter, right? Some children, okay? So you can use whichever you have, you use them now. Okay, we're gonna give details. Do not throw away any of this, because this can last for decades. We wash and dry. Easy to wash, easy to dry, easy on the machine. So let's do synthetic, and they're fluffy, they're comfortable, right? Some to put under, right, for us to sleep, and also to cover during winter time. Okay, so keep them all, those that are thicker like that, and also those that are more thin and flat like this. They're not so fluffy, you see? This is really fluffy and soft, you see? And this is more rough, you see? They're more rough. But it's okay, you keep them all, because they're easy to dry on dryers, they're easy to dry on the weather. Okay, so even those that are not exactly square, or they're not exact rectangles, they are called couch blankets. If they are solid colors, keep them all, because we're really gonna use them, okay? And share with people that don't have. So children blankets, and babies can use blankets like that, the small couch ones, okay? All right, even 2 years old, they go to their bed, right? No, I think till 3 they stay on their crib, okay? But on winter time, we need blankets, right? Okay, so here we are. The other thing is that if it's a flat pattern, keep it. If it's not like Disney pattern, or those games and leagues, then it's okay. If it's just a stripe, it's okay for school. A striped shirt stripe, you know, those that are already printed, you know, like 2 different colors, you know, that's okay. You can use for these 2 years, that's fine, you know, even for sheets, for social shirts, for work shirts, you can use if it's stripe. I don't have any example to show you right here, okay? All right, so if you have a shirt like that, you know, that got a little stain, so let me show you here. You know, a little stain from sweat or whichever happened. This one, I think we got damaged at the laundry. Maybe someone before us used the bleach, maybe, because look, it makes no sense. If you have anything that, it's fine. You don't lose any points because look, it's a solid color, you know, it is fine, nothing extra, nothing even to check. You know, this they can check anytime. These security guards can check anytime, you know, they can do that. As soon as you bring away from your body, even the bottom here, they can ask randomly, they can ask, oh, can I touch, can I check, that's the word. Can I check your shirt, where, sir, or where, madam, right? And then I'm gonna show the bottom of the shirt. So you bring away from the body and they do that, okay? All right? So basically is that. All right, my friends. So try to have for the girls, right? Because they have breasts, the teen girls and older children even, and wives, right? And for the elders as well, try to have the proper dress code for them. And anything like that, instead of giving, not this case, but for the ones that the additions that they have to touch is mandatory for them to check, you know, give to the males because they don't have breasts. So the person that checking them, you know, are not going to be too close to them, okay? All right, so always give any problem shirts that need to be touched. It's not this case, as I said, I don't have here. To the boys and to the males, okay? Because this situation I told you, you know, so the male, female, we don't want to do males checking males, females checking females, because we don't want to go to where we went before. So it's randomly, right? They're gonna be respectful. The cameras are checking how they're doing. They cannot laugh at this time. They can smile to everyone, good morning, right? This they can do. But this time they cannot smile, they cannot laugh. They just gonna check, really check. Done, okay? All right, so females cannot use any shirts with different patterns as I showed that need to be checked. But they can also be checked. Here, at the leaves, back, but that's randomly. Okay, very good. So let me tell you a few words about other details. So something like that, you just use markers, right? And here's a sweater, so that's fine. Just take the label out, no logos, even that is a little funny color, but that's okay, you can use that. If you have something like that inside, so it's okay, it's all right for these 2 years. The right would be to take it out. So if you want to use after 2 years, you're gonna take it out, okay, entirely this part here. But nobody's seen, so soon as nobody's seen, it's fine. You're just gonna wash, you know, when you use, right? It's not the outside, it's the inside part, so that's fine, okay? Just take the labels out, and that's fine. So if you have a huge pocket like this, you know, the same way, just take out really carefully, and then you don't have pockets anymore. And for back pockets, you know, you just, as everyone else, or different belts, things like that, all right? Just take them out. Okay, so here's also for the safety department for all educational sites and all residential sites and all work sites and all commercial sites. You need 2 of those. What are those? Very simple, they're synthetic, easy to wash, you know, in the morning they're dry. If anybody get a little cut or a little, even not even a cut that I want to talk about. It's about have an allergy on one area or from a bite. You might wrap it up, put a real cotton first, and then that is just to hold the cotton. Two. Every side will have two. The person use for that 1 or 2 days or even for that hours, wash and return. Okay? And the person in charge will we have to trust people that they wash with soap and water. If the person that's in charge have any doubt, it's a new family, they're not 100% safe, very easy, they wash again, it's not needed to boil because that's not going to the real cut. Everyone needs to have their own 10 by 10 own cotton fabric, but you can have a few extra ones for those sides, in case you're in a work area, people are not going to get home, right? Just to cool down. But then on that case, it needs to be bigger, such as 20, have some towels 20 by 20, properly sewn, and when they return, you're going to ask the person, did you boil? That ones need to boil, the cotton ones, and put in a transparent bag. If you know the family for at least 6 months, then it's okay. You can trust what the person is saying. If you don't know the person for at least 6 months, or if the person is really, you have any doubt, boil again. You're in charge, boil again. So every side gonna have maybe 20, 10 or 20, because any bite, and that got an allergy. Some people, even from wheat, they take sun and their skin start to be a rash, become a rash, not because they got a bite or not because an allergy. It's because the wheat that's inside their body, okay? So everyone gonna have those, some plastic bags and a little shoe box, right? In a locked cabinet, always in a locked cabinet, okay? All right, so we're not getting Band-Aids. That's reusable, washable, okay? If it was a real bad cut, that's not going to happen for sure, okay? Because everyone's going to have their proper training before they go, be safe, and they always going to be with their partner. So one going to watch the other. Oh, look this, look a truck. All the tractors and trucks going back, right, rewinding, going back, they're gonna have that alarm, beep, 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 like we have, most of them, okay. All right, the other thing, for the 2 years and forever, we are going to refill all these glue things, everything that's possible, the things for spray, the things for vinegar, okay. All right, so let me show you here now the sweater, okay. So this sweater was too tight here for my head. So I just made a little cut. That's authorized. It's authorized. A little cut, a big cleavage would be all the way here. So that's fine. You just have to make proper stitches, like those that are done in kindergarten, right? I don't know the name. So, or on a machine, make stitches so the fabric won't get out. This fabric is good. I have it for a long time, more than a year now. But you cannot have like that without sewing. The proper way is to sew. Send your children, your teen, they can do it, or you can do yourself, right? If anything of that happens. Okay? So for this, I don't have any other comment to say. So let me say a few words about, okay, so now I'm going to show you 2 different safety glasses. We need safety glasses for anything that might be dangerous. And for anyone that will be doing the shredding machines to turn trees or bushes into mulch, it is very important. So what you're gonna do, here are 2 examples. You see this is thinner, and this is much larger, you see there, much larger and thicker as well, thicker. So people's safety, this is safety, it's not security, this is a safety team gonna come with the exact right one for everything we will do, okay? This is very important, because we don't want to have people in danger of any type, right? The eye is something that we really have to be careful. The eye is for our lives, right? With a little tiny piece of mulch or anything. No, we are protected. It's here. Okay. Also for the sides, how much is really needed so they won't be falling. Why is that? Because those people, like I work in a construction, I know you bend, the glass is a little loose. You bend, the glass is a little loose. So you keep pushing the glasses inside all the time. That's not good. That's the safety team needs to come up with everything. The belts that we need to go on trees, right? We need some trees, we have to go on them to cut them, right? How you gonna throw the rope, right? With a little rock on the top to get that branch and then hold that branch to the direction you want to trim the tree. And for every detail like that, the safety team needs to get all the details for everything. For electricity, for plumbing, for mulching, as I just said, that's a big concern. For people working dynamites, how far they have to be, and more, much more extra after that to make sure everything we will do is really secure. Take a few more minutes, okay, the people go run and get even longer, 200 meters more, 1 kilometer more, whichever it is, put them in a bus, bring them far away, come back afterwards, right? And how this dynamite gonna be without any chances that when tractor is gonna be taking out the demolition, right, that no piece is gonna be still not used. So we need to use the best. Might take longer, it's okay, but we have to do things with proper security. We don't want any bomb, that was not used and then explode, right, when the tractors are there. All right, so let's talk about gloves. This is the best gloves I found for cleanup of constructions, for garden work, only when it's really needed, right? They are soft, you see, so we are sure that nothing bad is there. Look, they're really soft. So, and some rough ones we need, those for cactus in deserts, like those made of fake leather, real leather. Let's use the ones we have. We're not throwing anything away. Let's use them, right? Okay, so this is very important. And here, tight, because then the person don't have to keep sliding. The only exceptions for the plastic ones, the rubber one, those yellow ones, that's different. They're open here, okay? They're safe for cooking, right? Because we need that gloves, the yellow gloves, now for cooking for those 2 years for sure. Instead of checking everyone wash their hands, their nails and one side, the other side, and the toe, and the other side, and the other hand, right? So we are going to use, and they quickly dip, they're at the end of every 2 hours, I don't know, or every end of the period, they dip because they're long here, right? So they dip and they hang them inside a place with bleach and just leave the very top, without bleach, so up to here, okay? So that will be fine. And the top, they just slide a little fabric there to take any dust with a drop of soap. But the main thing, it's all covered in bleach, such as 20 centimeters would be up to here. So we're sure, that all the hotels, restaurant, people cooking, they are safe with their own gloves. Everybody gonna use their own gloves all the time. Take them out, to evaporate. And then when they hang, they have to hang them open like that, so they're gonna put a little something right here in the middle. Usually I put it's a clothespin, so they are open, but we're gonna have something else like a round. Okay, and put, around the another bucket, all around the bucket. So it's a clothespin hung, and these things to keep them open, and the fan on the ceiling. They're all gonna be dry, and once a month you wash inside as well. Done. Or once a week, whichever the the safety team will say, because we don't want anybody with fungus. So people are gonna get markers. Everyone have their own gloves, right? Okay. And teams that change, Um, so teams that change, yeah, it's okay. We can use the same gloves with other people, right? They finish using their gloves. What they do, they wash their hands, because if people are really healthy, even that the previous person had a little fungus or something, nothing gonna happen to them. And on those cases, for shared gloves, once a week we put bleach inside as well. All right, on those yellow gloves, really bright. The same as for boots, the white rubber boots. The same way, if they're shared, nobody gonna get sick. You know, wash well the socks, put inside bleach or put inside the dryers. After drying for 30 minutes, no fungus gonna get to anybody because person is healthy. Okay, so please, safety team, check all these details for everything. The bee equipment, because some bees are African, they are not European bees. We need clothing for everyone that's gonna be dealing with African bees. But how that gonna be? Each county gonna have a few sets. That's it, you know. And then they share because some days they're gonna get new bees. Okay, be safe. They have the whole thing covering their head, right? They have everything, their overalls, right? The same as people cleaning places like swamps that are shallow. They need the complete rubber overall. So for every detail like that, and coming back to the bees, if the people already know the bees, then it's different. They have it for a few years, they never use, then it's different. But it's forbidden to show courage and do things that are not really safe. Oh, this is my bees. I have for 4 years, I have for 10 years. Then it's okay. I never use overalls, fine. But if it is a new bee, you're going to capture a new bee, complete clothing, it's mandatory. All right? Okay, very good, my friends. So let me see here. Let's say a few words about masks. Okay, so this, they say here, you see here, it's... this is the N95 fake mask because it doesn't work, because I use that in construction. You know what happened? Your nose gets stuck because so much construction dust of cement gets in it. So this is not good and this is not good either. We need something that is really, really good. Or you cover the person. They're not going to bring home. They're going to arrive, you see their face. They don't have hats or caps or anything, right? But inside construction sites for demolition or for new sites, we need to be 100% safe. So please make a better mask, that is comfortable. This hurts a lot with time because it's not comfortable. Or we get a whole fabric and cover the whole face, and have something like that, just for the nose area. Just get a complete fabric and cover the neck because people need to breathe. And people need to be careful with old cement from demolition or from new cement. All the time I work in construction, my nose really hurt and I was not well, because, I felt the difference, that, my nose gets stuck. So this is really important. We need to have everyone working safety, really safety. Okay, so every demolition needs to be now. For mountains that have natural items, then it's different. We can continue doing for 2 more years if really needed. But demolition is going to be in 2 years and no more. Because we don't want to deal with these things anymore. Demolish everything, and done, okay? For buildings, right? They're going to cause dust. The other thing you have to see, how long gonna take, what type of materials, because they're very different. Some gonna demolish like walls that from bricks, like many countries are like that, and some it's drywall. So they're very different one country to another. So how far they have to go, and don't come back on that day. right? So how you gonna do? Or if you're gonna water them, what you're gonna do? So this is really, really important. We need safety for all the reasons. All the reasons. We really need safety, okay? All right. And when people, so they set up the demolition during the day, set up, do what else they can. Okay, at the end of the day, 5 o'clock or so, whichever it is, right? Okay, they're ready to go home. You know, they already changed their clothes or something, okay, and then they explode 5 o'clock or so because they have to see that work, right? They're not doing 6 o'clock, right? They have to do about 5, and from far away with binoculars or something, see that really work. Okay, and then how many days would take for them to be back to that area? And call the wind, do prayers for the wind to clean that. Which way you're gonna send that wind with dust? You know, to calm that. So the best would be the water. How the water gonna be sent? By airplane or by fire trucks. So we need all details for everything. It's really important. All details for everything. Okay? All right? All right. So in a few words, basically is that. So we have to do all the details in you know, because maybe an airplane just pass in that area and water, pass again and water, pass maybe 2, 4 times, 8 times, whichever it is, to put that water down until we can get what? We can get maybe fire trucks, right, to put more water down, and then you are sure that all the dynamite was really, you know, inactivated, right? Okay, so details like this is really important. And for everything else, for making the streets, making the ponds, fishing ponds, or just irrigation ponds, right? But we're going to be fishing ponds, right? We are going to have really concrete on the bottom because to avoid the water, and a little bit on the sides, you know, but that's another subject. Let me finish about this 2 years cleanup and then talk to you soon. Have a great day. I really appreciate volunteers. Thank you. Okay, if you're gonna disinfect your hand, you get the sanitizer, right? And put some drops there. And you need a nail brush like this one. It's shorter and go. So you go this way, that way, total 40 times already said. But I'm just going over everything for these 2 years. So that's how we're gonna do, okay? All right, for parties, we can put like nature events, weddings, anniversaries. Not birthday for children, but birthday for adults, it's okay. You can have pots, you know, at the table. But we're gonna let you know what would be the safest. That is a concern for security. If it's better to have like clay pots instead of jars like that, you know, or small jars like this, it would be fine with some rocks on the bottom. So, or plastic with rocks on the bottom. So they're gonna let us know because we need flowers at the table. Right, some branches. We can even put moringa and eat the moringa later, or use some palm trees if you still have them, right, such as Eureka palm, and make little arrangements. But they are going to be the ones deciding which ones will be the best because we need some decorations at the table, right? Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so it's forbidden to have glasses anywhere, any type, you know, inside the apartments or at the kitchens of anywhere. Why? Because they're not really safe. We're gonna have plastic. I kept some because we were going to keep, remember, a few for seeds and things because they're clear, they're nice, but that was the 28 weeks and we were not going to do the beach leaving. So now it's the beach leaving, right? Okay, so all the glasses, you know, they're not safe, right? So they're gonna be recycled. We're going to use regular plastic containers for anything, for food, for composting. This is my little compost, right? For everything with proper lids, sliding lids. So let me see if I have one here. We have, you know, such as those, already mentioned that, but you know, once we're doing everything for 2 years, those are the best. They slide, you know, look, 100% safe because some people are gonna bring their food to their work, right, from their own homes. as soon as possible. They're not doing that anymore. But if it's needed, my friends, we have to do it, because some people are going to work in construction or demolition that's really far away, no restaurant, nothing there. They're going to bring their food. Everyone's going to have their bag with the family name, right? All the families need to have printed or written in markers their family name, okay? Just for security reason, the initial of the community they live, okay? All right. And any other container that's useful, right, for family, while you don't have this one that is really attached and well, you can use that for your lunch if you have to go far away, okay? All right, very good. So you have up to, the only season you can have is the garlic season with salt or without salt, until the end of March. That's it. But every other season of any type you can already put away. The garlic, because it's very special, but not ginger, nothing, because they don't work much and they're not needed. Garlic still work, you know, as an anti-inflammatory, but not the others. All right, really good. Thank you. Here it is, our good containers. Let's use plastic instead of glasses. Same thing for anything that you're keeping. Okay, the most important thing, I'm gonna keep on the fridge, right? And the other things is, you know, they're almost being served, like such as salad, they don't get bad. But things with tomatoes, meat, fish, right? Keep in a refrigerator. Yes, you can cook ahead, because, you know, some places are still small kitchens for what? For 100 people, 400 people. You can cook ahead if you have space on a refrigerator, and man, you can serve cold. What's wrong? Nothing wrong. Cold chicken, cold fish, all this is fine, right? Okay, all right, because the main thing, we have the nutrients, and people get adjust for everything. The other thing I want to say, it's for vitamins. Mandatory, anyone with problems to have vitamins. People with dysnutrition, people in drugs, people that drink alcohol, smoke, use marijuana, because they're addicted to something. People addicted to gluten, people addicted to sugar, right? So it's mandatory for them to have vitamins made at their own community according to their needs, or purchase, you know, because we have a lot of vitamins, you know, and people that already taking them for some long and they don't even need. Let's give to those that need it, right? That are these people I just said. And the same as nuts, you know, gonna give them really the best option, right, for them to get out of that situation. A lot of running, a lot of happy moments, and dancing and singing, and people gonna make love, and all this, you know, teens, 15 years old and older, you know, because all those things are awesome for health. Make love, it's awesome. You know, I'm gonna make a video just for that, but it's very important. And take garlic, everything that's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, very healthy, very important, okay? All right, we're doing really great. I really appreciate the volunteers. Hi everyone. Okay, so let's say a few words about moringa. Moringa, you cannot use it. You save every tiny bit and put in a bowl. Okay, you cannot slide them as I just showed you with the gloves, the yellow gloves. So you do it with your hands. Of course, you're gonna wash your hands, wash your nails without being crazy. Okay, but you wash them well, right? Okay. And then you're gonna slide them, put in here. Okay, and then you're gonna spray, put about 2 centimeters or so, that will be fine, because vinegar has vitamin C, vitamin B, amino acids, and polyphenols. All right, so then you're gonna spray, right? Spray about 2 centimeters, mix, right? And put on a big bowl, or in one the same, that's fine. Make more, 2 centimeters or so, spray, a few times, mix, put it here. As you keep doing that, because you might be making food for 40 people, 400 people, right? So what you're gonna do, that's what you're gonna do. This one, the big bowl, right, or the one that is ready, you also gonna keep mixing. So the leaves will touch the vinegar, right? So they're gonna be disinfected and also break down a little bit. That's important for this beginning, right? Such as kale for children, you know, not for the adults because they have to manage, but for younger children, you know, like break down the kale and the moringa it's quite soft, doesn't need. It's more for disinfecting purpose. But to break down raw kale is good. Cut them really tiny and soak them a little bit with vinegar or lemon. Alright, so you keep doing that and leave the vinegar there. As I just said, they have good nutrients. Alright, more tips for us and we're doing really great. With the vinegar, with the ginger, you can make the tea for people that have constipation. So you make the tea there, right? And you can eat, cut in small pieces and mix with the salad. Or even like that, 1 by 1, 1 centimeter by 1, it's fine, right? And people are going to learn. For children of preschool elementary, cut really tiny, like 2 millimeters by 2, just a little bit. Tell them, oh, look, I got something awesome. And talk about the benefits, the same as for garlic. Do the same. You're going to motivate them for items that they do not know yet. Even they're just 2 or 3 years old, because that's how children learn. Instead of saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, no. You're going to say a few words, not too much, right? According to their age. But you're going to say, look, I got something really awesome. Maybe you just tell 2 things. You're not going to tell, you're not going to tell preschool kids that is an anti-inflammatory, that they're not going to understand what you're talking about, right? You can tell this to elementary school, but not to preschool. What you're going to say? Look, this is really good for the health, make us strong, right? And we don't get sick, our nose never running. That's how you're going to talk in a language that they understand, of course, right? Every teacher knows that. But once you're going to have parents helping, so they need tips like that, because some parents never taught them before, okay? All right, you're doing really great. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. You see the little part there? I took that out. But this fiber here, from the inside, I slide the knife like that. We are going to use this. This is very rich and still vitamin C there. How many people are sick for the lack of vitamin C? We have to give well, my friends. Each lemon, each lime, each orange, each moringa leaf. Yes, you're not wasting anything, okay? All those things are very important and healthy for us. Okay, so now I'm going to say, I just took the crust of the other one out, you see here? Okay, so this little tip? We're gonna eat all of them, from tomato, cucumber. They're not bad, they're food the same way. They just look different, but we eat all these other vegetables, right? And even the stem of kale, it's mandatory to eat those. When they are too rough, like this, you just take that little piece out. But if they are like that, that's fine. I'm taking here because it's the skin, that's different, all right? But we're gonna eat all these things without any problem. Okay, so if it's something bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. But if it's more or less according to what it is, you take it, for example, this big one I'm gonna take out, but not that. It's too tiny. It's nothing bad there. And not this third one here. Not taking that out. I'm just going to take this big one out because I don't know what it is, right? Okay? So you just go like that. You see, outside is nothing, but inside is something. So you don't know what it is. To be safe for now, just take that little piece out, okay? All right, very good. Doing great. So I'm going to say a few words about lemon and limes, right? We need to use them and the pulp as well. So what we're gonna do? If they're too rough to flip, such as this case, you cut a half like I did here, okay? And then you slide over. I just broke it because it happens sometimes. They don't go the way. So you go slide, and use the most pulp you want. You don't want to put on a salad the very bottom. That's going to be used in other ways, other things. Because as I said, some people are too sensitive. We can't use too many things right away, right? They're very strong, but some people might have indigestion with that exterior part. That is still good, but not for the salad. All right, so you slide like that, like orange, you know, slide over. Not orange, because orange you just flip a little bit, right? It will come out eventually with the nail, help of your nail. But this, we're all learning how to do professionally at the hotel kitchen. So you're gonna slide, slide, cut. And then you get this part and do the same. You flip over like this, right? This way, when you go, use the most white part as possible. Cut, 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 and put the peelings apart. We're gonna tell you what you're gonna do for these 2 years with the peelings, because it's a big adjustment time. You know, like people's skin, their arms, some people you see that's nothing to do with age, but some people have healthy skin, right, to their arm, and some people, they're so fair, and it's, you know, like more elders. They look like they're gonna break apart. So we have to be careful, because inside people is exactly the same. Some people are healthy and some people are not. We don't want to rip anyone's intestine, right? Or give them indigestions if they have the crust of the lemon, right? Don't feel good. Okay, we're gonna tell you afterwards. The professionals can say, you know, maybe we cut smaller, maybe we dip for a day and use in a water or something. Okay, so here you're gonna cut. So let's do first, you cut this way, afterwards of course you cut this way, and maybe in 4 parts, right? So no, you cut here, so 1 cut, 2, 3 cuts more or less for this size, you know. So here 1 cut, right? And then 2, 4, 6, gonna be total 6 parts of here, 6 parts of that. Okay, just for you to have an idea. And then you can mix with your salad, because they still have a little juice. They're very healthy. They have a lot of fiber. Awesome, right? Okay, very good, my friends. The other update is for this, you know. So we are going to use this because this doesn't hurt anyone, in case people need. So if people have bags like that, because for now, we are not going to rebag things. Send to people already what you have to go faster, because we need people to do their training and not to keep bagging, rebagging. What you have already sent, it's okay. Have the name, it's transparent, we see what it is. Okay, because people are gonna use, they can rebag at their own community, at their own hotel kitchen, their own school kitchen, according to their rules and guidelines, right? But if you have that in supermarkets, or you already have that in your home, bring to your own community, right? And you can use like that. If you use for everyone and have a little left, you're gonna avoid, but we are not making any extra, right? We're gonna make food in a proper adjustment. All right, tied up with what you have. If you don't have clothespin or kitchen pins, right? Let me see if I have here any from my roommates, because I don't have. You know, if you have anything like that, it's better you use it, right? Okay, but if you don't, you don't, you know. So such as those you can use, you know. We're gonna tell you when you cannot use, because this has this metal thing there, you know. Okay, so that is fine. If you don't have any of those options, then it's okay. You can use this don't even know how to call it. You have a little wire inside them. It's not the best option, no, but if you don't have another one, not going to be open, right, to get humidity inside for the next day, or bugs. It is mandatory to wash rice, beans, every grain is mandatory to wash. The same as the vegetable. Vegetables we wash and we disinfect, but this no, because it's gonna cook, right? So it's fine, you just have to wash properly, okay? All right. Vegetables that just lightly steam, if you have a lot of it, right, you also need to disinfect ahead, because our food needs to be safe, okay? And in a way, we're gonna say people, is up to people, right? You want or you don't, that's it, right? Because we're doing the best we can, but you know, people need to be healthy, because some people, you know, can handle all these things. All right, so it's the same as nuts here, you see, the same as nuts. So the same as for mac and cheese is different. You take that pouch out of the cheese, if it's in powder, if it's already like a paste, take that out, throw away. All right, throw away a little far from the real gardens you're gonna have, because they, mix them with dirt already, right? Mix, and let it go. Don't use that on your food gardens, that paste or that powder, because very unhealthy, okay? Has milk and a bunch of things, I have no time to say. All right, so this, and then you put all the bags from mac and cheese in a transparent bag like that, okay? All right, people during their work time, not during their study time. Okay, so let me see what else. If you have extra paper from anywhere, from shoe boxes or things you just purchase, right? So if you have like that, you have any paper like that, they come tucked in on the shoes, use them in your compost. Every week, cut a little bit, mix. If you're already doing with the whole community, already use all your paper, right? Let it go, right? That's fine, because we need to clean up. Don't throw them away. Don't throw paper, it's really good, okay? So any paper you have, keep them, cut them in small pieces. The kids can help to shred. Older ones can use teens, and elders can use scissors, right? And everyone can help get it all done. If you have really a lot, paper like that, get the neighbors, everyone, and use, share the paper. Everyone can have a little bit, right? Okay? So, basically is that. If you have any tray of any type, if you're closing, a fast food, or any, put outside, right? I think, that I already said, right? Then you're gonna make the holes. You're gonna make the holes on a corner, right? For the water to drain, and they're very good for sprouts, okay? Always remember, wash them, have them clean and neat, okay? So any bag you get anywhere. I got a lot of bags this week because we did a clean up here, Griffin's room as well, so I got those papers, okay? Keep the plastics you have, because you can make whole, and it's a plant here, right? Because they need time to grow, and we're gonna plant a lot in pots for people that are moving, okay? All right, so use the scissors only if it's really needed, because even the elders can shred them, If it's too stiff, water. So here's an improvement. No scissors to cut. Scissors are gonna be attached to the wall, right? But for people that are moving soon, we are not going to have that, okay? So always have your vinegar, right? Because we need that. It's a safety one side, right? It's a vinegar, but don't do like I did here, because I'm getting ready to move and the other container was too big, but it's forbidden. You have to keep everything in the proper label, okay? Unless it's really small, but for vinegar, because, yeah, we're gonna let you know after. The security team gonna make any adjustments needed, because if you have just a little bit, you carry a huge container, it's not good as well. All right? So for canned food, you can keep up to the end of June. The end of May, because in June, they are already gonna have inspections, no more cans. Use the worst one already, give to the kids, the ones you can handle yourself, you or the elders, right? Because they have bad immune system, the teens, not the kids. Because we don't want to throw food away. So keep all your containers, everything you have, because they can be really, really useful. So let me see if I have anything else here. Yes, keep your egg boxes, the plastic ones. We're gonna use over and over and over. They're easy to disinfect with some spray and give to the next family, Those, you can just use maybe, let's say, 4 or 8 weeks, right? Because they are hard to disinfect. And then you put in your compost bin, okay? All right, that's good. So here you can always keep a toothbrush to wash your bathrooms, right? Every house can have that. And also the community is gonna have a few for cleanup days. Always keep your paper, toilet paper rolls, because you can cut in a half, or even in, a half is good, because then you can already have your seeds already separated, if that's convenient, depending on what you're planting. Okay, so here we are. Keep any bucket that you have, because they can be useful. Any bucket like this can be very useful, even as a hamper, because forbidden to put clothes on a floor or inside the cabinets. We have to put that outside so the cameras can see. We are going to have cameras at all bathrooms, even the couple's bathroom and bedroom. And I'm going to tell you how long, for safety reasons, right? Okay, they already know they're being watched by elders, we're going to see how we're going to do it, because we have to make sure those wives are treated well, nobody's hurting anyone, nobody's hiding, living there, okay? All right, they're talking properly in a good tone of voice. They cannot whisper, not even when they're dancing, right? They cannot whisper to wives, and wives cannot whisper to them as well. You need to make sure they're not threatening them, with any bad proposal, or asking them to do anything bad, in one day or that same day, okay? All right, my friends, let's get ready, let's get organized, and we'll see you soon. Okay, so here we have, this is the stem that you cannot use because it's too rough, you see? Okay, so I'm gonna show you. One hand you hold here firm, and here's the other ones. But if you notice, look at this. Let me open up for you to see really well. They have too many other stems, small stems, that it's also not safe for eating. Those are okay, but not this secondary ones. You see here, they're too rough, okay? We're going to give you details afterwards on the millimeters, but now it's just a basic rule for this first 2 years, right? Until we have better videos, right? For this first few months. Okay, you're going to slide over, right? So you're gonna get everything like that. Okay, so here it is in your hand, right? Still firm, but all this you cannot put in your plate, right? Because we have children, teens, elders, everyone. That's too rough still. So you come here, and then you slide one more time to take the secondary or even the tertiary ones out. Look, this way, okay? You see? All right, put aside, you see there? Put them aside and keep doing. One more, done. Okay, so here it is. So some of them are the fourth already, right? That you can eat. Very, very thin. Very, very thin. You see? This is much rougher, right? So for safety, we're gonna tell you afterwards on the how we are going to be doing, okay? But not the secondary, not the first, you see here, not the first, and then those are the secondary, and those are the tertiary. Some of them are tertiary, depends how big, how old the leaf is. Those are tertiaries, and you don't use, they're still rough, too rough. Even that you cut tiny, because right now people are too sensitive, they're not used to these things, so we have to be careful on adjustment time. On the moringa video, information about the video, you're gonna learn about this, and then when we can cut those, because it's not only the thickness but also how flexible they are. If we can cut them, every 2 or 4 millimeters and eat them or not, and when we can do it, okay? So people doing the moringa videos, please get all these organized and really explain well with words, first, secondary, tertiaries, tertiaries one, so people would understand what this is about, okay? Thank you so much. We see you soon. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to show you here how you're going to slide over the moringa, because you are in charge to don't give anything to your own family, right? And if you're preparing the food as well, we're gonna have all the guidelines because moringa is really great, grow fast. We can plant millions of moringa trees all over, right? Okay, so but there's a way you cannot eat those thick stems, right? Like you do for carrots, cut small and chew really well. No, because this is too rough. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, okay? To have any coin, anything, already bring to your bank, get your points, written a paper, okay? Because we're gonna see how we are going to do this adjustment. Because people work hard in one country or another, but gonna be by the job or by the people, you know, and by the money they have in points. We cannot compare people in the United States, you know, that get money easily, and other countries that they work all day to get $1 or $2 a whole day, right? So we're gonna let you know how we're gonna do that, because we're not making a decision about that yet. To be sustainable and positive and fair, right? With everyone. Okay, very good. Okay, we are not going to have storybooks, not even from local libraries, because we're really gonna check them, see, make sure they're really good, and if it's any good, they're gonna read at the schools. If they have one or another that's approved at their community, it's okay. They can bring home and read a little bit, you know, before they go to sleep. It's fine. All right, the toys, we're gonna let you know which ones will be appropriate and available for these 2 years. So every money that you have in paper or in coin, you're gonna bring to your bank, and you're gonna have how much you have, you know, because everything gonna zero down. Yes, but you know how much you have, because some people work hard for their money, and then you're just gonna prove if it was an honest money or not. Some people have millions, right? Millions, billions, right? So is that money honest or not? And they have to use it during these 2 years for their housing or vacation, as I said. Or they can also give to others that, you know, deserve vacation. That's fine too, okay? All right? That's fine. They can give to others in the same community or in another country, another continent. That's fine. So it's forbidden for people to have too many things at home like this. It's not needed. Students gonna have their proper pen and pencils at their own schools, educational sites. Okay. All right, so here we are going to do 80 centimeters long waist. Why is that? Because this is a small child, okay? That's Salo's clothes. All right. But if we go put Griffin's clothes, doesn't fit, because even that we fold, they cannot fold too many times because it doesn't work. So 80 is good and gonna fit like that, you know. But when we really gonna build, gonna be better. But I'm just telling you the area that you need. Might be on a floor, because we're not going to have furniture. Might be on the floor. We don't have spiders, we don't have bugs, we don't have snakes, we don't have anything. We don't have frogs. We are on the second floor or above. You just need an area to put. What you're gonna do? Put this, put on straight on the floor or in a towel, right under, or even pillowcase, okay? Because once a week you have to take everything out, clean, put them back. Okay, that's very simple. So you just fold them like this without the box, right? Okay, take the box out, so you get your towel that's underneath, for example, if it's on the floor, right? Okay, so you just fold them in, clean the area, and put them back, right? Okay, now here's an improvement. We are going to use an open box. We're gonna tell you after size for children and size for teens and adults. Okay, why? Because we get really organized and neat, you know, because they're small items, okay? Because nobody gonna, on the future, nobody gonna have long socks like this one. We're gonna have the regular one with about 5 or 10 centimeters long, right? Because we don't want no show as well. We're not needed. Not for these 2 years, right? Okay. All right, because they get neat, organized. We are not going to have things like that. We're going to make proper boxes. For now, just get a shoe box that you already have, okay, one per person, because you can organize them neatly, those two items. And for females, also can put their brassieres there, right? Okay, so basically is that what you need. For adults, of course, they're gonna hang more clothes, so they're more neat. You know, every day you hang your shirt a day before, right? Put in a hanger or in a chair, what you still have, you know, wherever you have, for them to straight up, so they're not looking so wrinkled when they go to school. All right, so these are the updates, and we are going to have boxes for us, okay? And here it is. Let's get ready. Okay, the other thing, we're not going to have any metal file cabinets, as I said before, because that's not safe. It's not safe. I'm gonna already explain why, because some people might not know. You know, all these things, these frames that make the drawers to slide, you know, they are not good because people can hide things, right, or drugs or anything. We don't want any of that to happen now. You know, for these 2 years, for sure, it's forbidden to have drawers. We're gonna have shelves. Okay, so under the living room small sink at the beach, and for now, whichever they have, right? Because the kitchen, everyone can get, we're gonna have many cameras, living room, kitchen. Okay, all right, gonna be this, you know, a shelf, not cabinet anymore, okay? And they're gonna put everything in a box. How big the box gonna be with all their documents? So about maybe 5 centimeters tall, you know, and in a print size paper, so they can keep their binders. And it's mandatory. They're gonna put something in, take something out. They cannot do it right there at the kitchen or at the living room sink. Where they have to do it? They have to bring to their table, because it's mandatory. Everyone gonna have a small table. They're gonna eat at the restaurant, but everyone's mandatory. They're gonna have a small table like this. You know, doesn't stain. I have this for a long time, for a few years, many years actually. You know, does not stain if you put a cup there, you know. It's a type of a varnish or whichever it is, or treatment that they did is very good. And I never felt allergies or anything. It's a good material. And if you can wash, get drops of soap, wash, so that is very good. We're gonna have, everyone gonna have, okay? Because I think that's more sustainable than have Formica. But maybe Formica, you know, no, Formica counters, right, for people to study. I think everyone deserves a proper table, you know, picnic table, right? So they don't need to move chairs around. They sit, they're right there. All right, so the box gonna be a regular box. Everyone gonna have their folders, right? Maybe 4 folders with all the documents of everyone of the entire family, including the elders, right? So everything right there, only these 4 folders, right? And 2 with originals, and always a copy as well, okay, in everywhere. All right, and then it's mandatory, that's for the team with updates. So they get the box from under the sink, whichever it is, right? That's authorized for them to have while they're living on that location for these 2 years, right? Okay, they go there. They have to bring the box to the table, the living room table, and take something out, put something in, done. Because everyone can already be registered. It's important for people to have their proper documentations, a copy of it. Everyone's mandatory. They need to have a copy. Okay, so we're gonna print everything. What we're gonna print? So I'm gonna already let you know, because all these videos is adjustments for 2 years, right? So we're gonna print their first test for school, to have an idea how much people know, you know, on computers, in writing. Everyone at this first 2 weeks, they're gonna do the testing, how much they already know previously, up to 2 weeks. People that we already attend in January, hopefully everyone in all continents, right? They will already do tests on the first days. do quicker the ones that already ahead, such as the ones that do know how to use computers, so we don't need to do in paper, is to know how much they know about subjects, right? In math, in science, in everything, okay? So we have a record on how much they know about each subject. For those that are not good in computers, they're gonna do in writing, because some countries don't have computer for kids and some type of schools, so it's okay doing writing. For those that does not know how to read or write, do asking questions, according to their age, how much they pass on the teacher will have the test in front of them and gonna ask the kids first in informal way, and then if they need any extra, always separated, right, from kids to kids, so they don't learn right there. We want to know how much information they already have, just to have an idea. We're not going to details, but to have an idea what that means. In math is the timetables, basic, and some fractions, some things according to age group, a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Geometry, right? Okay, that's the very basic of the basic, okay? And the other, it's the very basic for geography, right? So some social studies, no history, because none of that is needed. We're just going to ask what's really needed, okay? All right, and if they know how to read and write, and they're gonna have an essay, right? So we know how much they're good. This is mandatory, so they keep a copy and a copy at the school. Done. Very basic for everyone, first grade and up. And for preschool, gonna have simple questions, okay? All right, my friends, we're done. Okay, let's get organized and let's get ready. So the number, you're going to combine both things. Remember I told you we're going to combine things. So you're going to get the card that you have combined with this, going to be 1, in bold. A few things, maybe the number, maybe something else going to be in bold. All right, so here it is. The plastic going to be stiff and strong, but not hard. You see, it's bendable. Look, it's bendable. This is the best. It does not crack. It does, it's flexible, so you're gonna slide your country ID there. Gonna be fine. I just made this one for my garden days. But you see, I took out my work badge because I didn't have 2 on that day. All right, my friends, so here's how our hook gonna be. Close by, very strong for any age, and people gonna use all the time. So here's another improvement, because I said, to take out for PE or for work in a garden. That's fine, everyone can use it. For children in preschools up to, we said 6 years old, right? Everyone gonna have their anklets, so that is fine. The children up to kindergarten can take them out when they go outside, because they're small, right? Their body is small and this badge is big, okay? But we're not making small badges. They need a proper picture, okay? So when they are inside, they use it all the time for the parents to see, make sure it's that the child, they have names at their desks, all the grades, everyone gonna sit exactly on the same place. They have only 1 week of adjustment. People that don't see so well can sit on the front. That's fine, because we're avoiding glasses. If their problem is not major, no glasses, because everyone's going to be better each day. Taking sun, eating healthy, okay? All right, only those with severe eye problems, they can take longer for adjustments, as 2 whole years, for example. And we're going to let you know more afterwards. Okay, so in a few words, that it is, my friends. And I forgot to tell you here about the signature. So people are going to sign their names right there, okay? And here, once we have this technology, let's use it. We have another, it's like a ship. This is a ship, it's the same picture, but it's a ship for some type of machines to scan it. We have the technology. Look, on the other side, in the same way, you see? The same way, it has this. This is a type of chip. I don't know if that's the fiber optic one or if those scanning machines, you know, when they scan for the police, I have no idea. But look, they have this, that, they have this, they have many things. They have watermark for the state. We're gonna have exactly the same, you know, exactly the same. Not exactly like this, but we are going to have these different items included at our country IDs. Okay, very good. So let's do this, the form frames for our cards, you know, not only L. So some might be L and some might be all around. So they will be really different. Each continent is one, you know, each country is one, and matching colors. So it can have two colors, such as bottom and top is one, you know, and then when it's an L, it's another country. The same red can be used for different countries. So L like this, you know, red by itself. Red all around, it's something else, right? Or only red on the top, red on the bottom. That's another country. So we can have different things like that, you know, because people are going to scan their cards, they're going to do paperwork. So they're already going to be easily compare. Oh yeah, that's true, you know. I think that's simple things for simple people to see, because when we really need, that's what we're going to do, right? But for simple people, like the teachers, the managers of commercial sites, right? Team leaders, people like that, right? The department directors, they're going to see that the whole team have their proper badges with these colors. They're bright around, you know, because this only going to be used by security guards, right? Or scanning machines, when you put under, you know, the scanning machines on buses, and everything going to be one card for everything. Everyone going to have, but this little living room sink, done. They lock their doors, not supposed to be, you know. And if wants to be more secure, parents can keep, you know, they get home, all right, they bring all the badges inside their bedroom, lock the door. The bedroom's mandatory, and all the documents, you know, in the file documents, you know, everyone gonna have these file documents attached inside. So let me show you a few words about that as well. Know those, I said before, we are going to have a little harder than that, a little plastic to put documents. We don't need that, because no one gonna have paper documents, right? We are always going to already have our badges. People that already have their badges, they're gonna keep using their badges, such as teachers for school gonna stay on the same location, right? Everyone gonna keep using their badges for the whole 6 months. With time, we're gonna do the new badges. Probably we're going to do the new badges only after. We're going to see what is the best, because we need the badges. All right. This is our Peace Point bank cards. So we might use the same exact card instead of having two new ones, because nobody can go anywhere without it. So there's no way to lose. Gonna lose many points, maybe 1,000, 2,000 points if they lose it. They have to be safe, because we don't, why some people never lose them, right? We're going to be organized. Every house going to have, they get inside the house, you know, there's a place for shoes by the sink there. You know, this little, the shelf that I said we're going to put our mugs to drink water, or plastic cups. Okay, so right there, this shelf going to be a container. Everyone come from school, it's right there. It's a pot. It's a pot, a hard pot. You know, maybe a little porcelain, maybe made out of clay, right? It's a little pot, maybe about 5 centimeters tall or so. In the morning, everyone get their badges and put them on, because they cannot go anywhere without their badges. They go to work, they go to school, they need the badges on. How is someone gonna forget? It can't forget. It's really firm. The hook that's gonna stay on a shirt is really strong, really grab. So the most sustainable for the future, the security and the safety team gonna tell us, more security team gonna tell us, but we on the future gonna have only one. You see, we are going to use those for the name, gonna be a little higher. The covering gonna be enough hard plastic, a little harder than that, for them to be protected. Nobody gonna put them in a sand. They're never gonna have sand inside. The paint, it's really strong, like the Florida driver license. Very simple. Okay, my friends, so for everything that you have that you're going to fix at the school, the teachers need to do before, during, and after. Everything they fix, even that is just for markers, or if you're gonna sew. Very quick, very few seconds. 1, 2 seconds, 1, 2 seconds, 1, 2 seconds. That's it. So you have 6 seconds, do all your updates. You're gonna have 6 seconds for each item, for example. And if it's a real big update, and then you're gonna have 8 seconds, for example. And 1 before, 1 after, right? 1 second before, 1 second after. Make sure you don't lose the words. You have to speak properly, right? And always have, every student gonna have a name of their, get new flashcards, cut small, such as this one is about 4 centimeters by 2, with each family's name, first and last name, so each student, they're gonna be fixing that along, 2 months maybe, just cut, write in bold, and put always before like this, that's what you're gonna fix, put beside, right there, okay? Because that's the only way we're gonna be really safe. And the student need to forward that link for the parents to add to their own family improvement, okay? And the teacher's gonna have also their channel, because this is an important channel, right? For anything in the future that happens, we can check it up. Oh, are you this person? Yes. Not for stealing, but for who was that person? Okay, because we're not going to have hats or caps for 2 years for sure. For afterwards, we're gonna let you know, probably never, but we're gonna let you know because some places are burning hot, right? And people need to work for 5 whole hours, so just write a family name, and the student that is making, gonna write their name here. So sewing teen. For example, excuse me, sewing teen or sewing child. If it's a middle school, they can do it. That's fine. So that's the name on this side, but on this side, and then put a line. So for example, here, right? So here you're gonna write sewing, sewing child. If they're not teen yet, or you write sewing teen. Okay, so you're gonna cut the card right here. And here gonna be the family name, first and last name, right? Really in bold, so really 1 centimeter, really big, So for example, Salo, like that. So this, the long letters, uppercase and long letters, gonna be 1 centimeter. The other ones can be a half. And then I'm just using one hand, but you can do really bold like this, okay? All right? Okay, so that's, and then you're gonna write the last name, of the child, how it's gonna be, as gonna be, the new name, okay? Because you already know, but people are gonna be doing paperwork for 1, 2, 4 months, right? We have too many people. Hopefully in 2 months, everyone need to complete their whole proper names, have proper birth certificates. So let's say up to the end of March, everyone need their proper name, certificates. And here you already can put their real name, how it will be, even that you don't have the proper documentation yet. Okay, so you get this little piece of paper, you're gonna cut here. So 1 flashcard is good for 2 flashcards for the whole family. You're gonna put beside there, 1, 2 seconds, done, turn off. And then you already are covering. Someone gonna show you your face with the pen on your hand. 1, 2, done. 1, 1 and 1,000. Sorry, here's improvement. 2 seconds is 1 and 1,000. 2 and 1,000, right? That's how it's a complete second. So we're gonna do this way. Someone filming you and you are doing that, okay? And even the cards for the first day, you're gonna be doing the cards with another teacher, for example. They're gonna show you, all right, and then you get that link and you're gonna have at the teacher's class, they're gonna keep that for all these 10 years, need to be in high resolution. You cannot put it low resolution just to download faster, okay? All right, so you got that part done, right? Okay, then when it finish all cover, you're gonna show again, needs to be always, all these movies need to be close to the window so you have a lot of light. If needed, turn on the light. If it's a cloudy day, you know, turn on the light and do it properly, okay? All right, doing really great. Okay, so let's say a few words about sewing kits, okay? So everything will be used, you know, even the black, send them because they're gonna see what they need. So every residential community, they're gonna put in transparent bags. So if you have any kit like that, right, put in transparent bag and give to the proper location. Might be a very huge old trash bag, right, written, you know, sewing kit, whichever it is. So put in a transparent bag. When the trucks come, you're gonna send them. They are going to deliver to the schools. The school's gonna sort out what they need. They're gonna have their own videos, you know, but they're going to use every tiny thing. If it's not old and breaking apart, of course, right, if they are strong, they're gonna check them, right, and use those first, right, for any small sewing. For everything that's large, then they're gonna use the rolls, you know, those big rolls, the machines, very big rolls, like 10 centimeters tall or so. Okay, it is mandatory for the schools, educational sites, right, all the educational sites, to have this locked at all times. Why? Because they're needles, they are strings, they can hurt people, the same as jumping ropes. They can play, yes. Only when it's really safe, yes. They use and put back and lock it. Use, put it back and lock it all the time, okay? So if you have any measuring tape like this one, even that's paper, yes, you can use it because they all these students, right? Millions, billions of students gonna be fixing their clothes. So on the future, we are not going to make rulers with 30 centimeters like the one I have, right? So we're going to use 20 or 40, right? But for now, anything like that is really useful, even to teach like people that already use them, you know, if they have the centimeters, right? For them to have an idea, because some people never have the metric measurement before. They always learn and they are used to inches. So they can use for a few days. Then we're gonna say when you're gonna cut right here and take that out. Maybe 6 months or so, right? People already have an idea, done, right? But just for them to have a little idea, or for schools to do some games, right? So bring everything and I'm gonna tell them what they can use or not, okay? For them to have an idea. All right, so this, it's forbidden because it's not needed. So we are going to, not needed for anything, right? So for costumes, that is just some fabric, we're gonna have little pins, like, you know, like clothes pins. They're gonna grab like this way, you know, small pins, but not like this. This is forbidden, not needed, okay? The diaper is gonna have like Velcro. The reusable, washable diapers gonna have Velcro, okay? All right, so the buttons, they're gonna collect all of them, and then we're gonna see which ones they can use for this. Let's say a few words about cashmere and suede and everything made with animals. So if it's plain like that, and if it's not stitches, that's fine. Because the problem with stitches that they can get ripped apart very easily, right? And we don't want to have chances of anyone to having their clothes ripped, all right? Or to do anything else. So that is fine. They can use, all these items made, clothes made, or shoes made with leather. We already have them. They already use chemicals. They already did what they did, So you can use it for these 2 years, and everything after that, we're going to tell what you can still keep for 2 more years or not. All right. Thank you so much. See you soon. Okay, my friends. So remember, even that the carrot, stems is still a little dry, just cut them and don't waste them, okay? Put in your salad. Today we have walnuts and beets and garlic, onion, okay? So do it. Get everything you have, make good salads, and there you go. Alright, so the other thing is when you brush your teeth, you have to lean your body, bend your body, okay? You cannot be straight because then you're gonna have your mirror and the walls all dirty, right? Okay, so if you have a sink like that, so about 10 centimeters, that's what it's gonna be. 20 centimeters, okay? For an adult, for an older teen and an adult. Because that's the only way, otherwise you wash one day, the other day is already dirty, and you have how many people? Everybody brushing teeth like that? No, you have to spill. And if any drip comes out inside the sink. The other thing, for now, that's very important for these 2 years, disinfect your sink twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday when you wash, whichever is your wash day, right? Probably going to be Saturday for everyone because during the week we're really going to work a lot, okay? All right, so spray the vinegar inside the sink Wednesday and Saturday. Saturday during cleaning time, and Wednesday, like let's call touch-up day, right? In 20 minutes, you do it, right? Because the kitchen, it's all right because Wednesday you're gonna boil some fabric if any needed, right? From inside the garden or from inside. And on Saturday, you're gonna boil also the towels. You can share those 2 days because everyone's gonna have elders. And people have their stoves before they pick them up, right? So a few, instead of everyone walking all the way there, we can use the stove while we have for this boiling thing, right? And wait maybe 2 months to pick them up, right? While the families are there, because, people can boil their own things at home once we already have. So everyone's gonna have just a pan for boiling inside their own homes. That's it. Okay, if you put the alarm on, that's important. So we're sure nothing gonna burn. Thank you. See you soon. Okay, so the other thing is when you comb your hair, you always grab like that, like that, both sides, and like that, to make sure you don't have any hair, because that's very important, okay? All right, so, so you don't lose hair around the places you work or the places you study, okay? All right, very good. Take care. The other thing they can do their eyebrow, they can do their eyebrow, they can do their, the neck here behind, okay? So that's important as well. Things like that. On the neck, the teacher's gonna help, of course, right? Not friends, the teacher's gonna do their neck. So they get 2 kids, 4, right? 2 kids at a time, because the others are looking at the whole time. So 2 can help, and 2 other ones gonna look what the others are doing on themselves, so they can do their legs. And they will already tell them, according to the type of skin or how much hair they have, when they can return, right? And of course, first you do everyone first, middle and high school. Even elementary school, you can already do it a little after. Let's do everyone first from middle and high school because they have more, right? And they're gonna look already neat and do the eyebrows, the neck, from the hair, the back of the neck. Okay, so in a few words, basically, that's what it is. All right? And after everyone is done, and repeat, and then we're gonna do the elementary kids. Okay, so probably this first year, we're gonna just focus on the everyone, right? That's a teen and older. Okay? So such as sixth grade and above. Let's start with 8th grade, right? Let's start with 8th grade because they're already 13, 14. So let's do that. Instead of all the middle school, no. For this class will be 13, 8th graders. 8th graders and everyone else. Adult education, universities, they can have that, right? And can count as what? As class, because that's important for life instead of using raises at home. So the raises at home, let's try to use it only until end of January or end of February, no more. Because by then everyone already have 2 sessions, okay? All right, we're doing really great. Improvement here, end of January, no more. Because then the schools, whichever the person have or doesn't, you know, they shave them well at the end of January, and then many people will already start on January, because January we already have the summer and winter camps, right? For these vacation weeks, the training, the 4 weeks of training in January. All right, let's get going then, okay? So at the end of January, no razors inside anyone's house anymore. Okay, my friends, you're doing really great. Get organized, get going. If you have any material that we can use, toothpaste, we're gonna already use what we have and already keep producing them for these 2 years, because it's gonna take a long time for us to produce neem, to produce, have more lemon, or whichever we're gonna use to brush our teeth. Okay, so the company is gonna keep producing them all the time. That's me, because first all these trees for food, and then for items like that, when I use a few drops. Okay, but if you have anything that's authorized, such as for acne, we can use that too, right? As soon as the person really needs, and if they have real sunblock for their face. Because you want to have all the teens and some adults that might have little problems. So like peroxide, right? That's benzoyl peroxide. That's one of the things you can use. You know, not too much, maybe 10% or so, only twice a week. Start slowly, but you know, do a little bit now and then jump 1 month, do a little bit again. Okay, and then to clean their skin from blackhead, or some adults, some elders even have, right? Some blackhead. Okay, so this they use for 2 weeks, and then they go for the peeling, and you know, the peeling of their face. Okay, and of course they have to use a strong sunblock. Okay, so we're gonna give details about this afterwards, right? So they can do maybe 2 facials in 1 year, 2 facials on the other year, and then after that they have to pay themselves, right? This is gonna be a few points, but on the future gonna be regular points, because people are gonna be working as everybody else, right? According to their need of classes, such as teachers or people that have masters in important themes. Okay, all right, we also gonna keep producing those floss, because that is the safe one. If you have the one with line, you're gonna keep at your residential community, and we're gonna see if we're gonna use afterwards or not, or just gonna use them to make those. We're gonna let you know. Don't throw them away, okay? Because the main thing is for people to floss their teeth, right? Okay, so if you're already used to, if you're in a safe area, you don't have anyone danger in your own house, that's okay. Use the long ones first and use this afterwards, because that, you know, it's for people that have people that came from juvenile, from jail, they're not safe, you know, they just got some adopted kids, they don't know much, or adopted teens, they don't know, and then that's mandatory. Okay, all right, okay everyone, so let's get organized and keep producing them and store them, right? Okay, and then we're gonna have those machines afterwards only by the beach. But while we have in a scent of continents, let's make the most as possible and distribute for all countries. All right, thank you so much. Here's Glenna Ferreira from Florida, and I see you soon. Okay, so the other thing is that for the bathroom, use the small pots, plastic pots that you already have, okay? All right, don't use anything big like regular trash cans, bathroom trash cans, you know. Try to already focus. Of course, if your toilet already is good, right? If it's not, sure, use that regular toilet basket that you already have until you move to another location, because we're not fixing places in the center of the continent, okay? All right, so use the one already used, but separate things properly, okay? So the bathroom trash is only hair, right, from the floor, okay? Or if they got any from the comb, when combing their hair, or from when they're washing their hair, okay? And is also for tampons, female tampons that I use need to be wrapped, forbidden to have blood showing, okay? All right, and we're gonna use tampons until everyone have already that cap, the plastic cap, because that's the one we're really gonna use in the future. We're not using tampons. On the future, we're only going to use these caps. I don't know the right name for them, right? You attach, you wash them, and reuse, wash and reuse. If they fall down on a toilet, you wash and disinfect. Wait for the proper minutes. We're gonna let you know, because that's a little different than vegetables, right? It's a toilet, okay? And then you put back in. If you have to wait 10 minutes or 20 minutes to disinfect with vinegar or whichever it is, right? You just put a little paper, tuck in the middle, right there of the vagina, and then, you know, in 10 minutes you come back and you can already rinse well and use that cap, okay? So if happen at the school, the same way. You know, we're gonna have a little spray somewhere, you know, locked. So you just go, tell the right person or the teacher, whichever it is, I think one staff member, they come, they open the female cabinet with a key, give you the spray, you wait right in the bathroom for 10 minutes. You cannot do that too often, right? You have to learn how to use it. But we are on adjustment time, okay? All right, so that will be fine. And disinfect, so twice a week. If you have female paddings, you know, or tampons, that's what we're gonna use. As soon as everyone has tampons, we're not using pads anymore, right? Okay? But places that have pads, use the pads, and then you trash, because we're still gonna have trash on main roads, okay? All right, because we don't want to waste anything, as I said. So use the paddings, the big ones, small ones, whichever it is, first, and leave the tampons for afterwards. And as soon as the caps, the plastic caps arrive, so you're not going to use the others anymore. You just use the cap. If you need, you get a little bit of paper, you know, you roll it a little bit, you know, maybe 2 or 3 like that, you know, and I just use one hand, but you can do like that, and it's stuck in the vagina. That's how you do it, you know, just toilet paper, you see? So here, I just cut a little bit, depends, because some people have bigger periods than others. So just 3 parts, you see, 1, 2, 3, you know, just fold a little better, right? Not too neat, otherwise won't absorb anything, you know, and do a little bit like that, you know, and tuck in. Everybody gonna see their own way of doing, but that's how we're gonna do. If it's still not until while you learn, because this is really not needed for many people, the paper. But if it's needed, you tuck in a paper after the plastic cap, okay? So the shavers you can use until you have the proper permanent hair removal. And we are going to do it, you know, in all the clinics, but also the school. So the people in charge of the health and not nutrition, health, they can do that, right? They can do that. So they can do themselves on a leg using shorts. So everyone go in shorts. People that are going to stay there for 1 or 2 hours, the same as sewing. So they're going to stay there for 1 or 2 hours. So they have like 20 machines, for example. The teachers are looking properly. Always 2 different couples, the main couple and the assistant couple looking. You're going to tell the rules and guidelines, going to tell how you use them. So for example, if you have 3 or 4 different machines, 2 or 4, not 3, 2 or 4 different machines, what you're going to do? Explain about each one of them. And try to just have 2 so the kids won't get crazy. And put the other ones in another classroom with other 20 kids, okay? All right, so that's how you're going to do it. And they can do their leg, you know, even the shorts. So they can do the shorts up to the end of the button, up to 10 centimeters below their pubic area. All right, so they can get shorts, but not mini shorts, small, very small shorts. So 10 centimeters below their butt, the end of the butt line, so that's okay. All right. Okay, so let me see what else we have to say. Yes, that will be fine in a few words, right? That's gonna be fine. Okay, so here it's a fabric, it's a social pants, but we're not making any new fabric that grabs lint. It's very hard to take off. You need to put on a dryer all the time or scrape it with cotton. The ones we already have, but not new ones. All right, thank you. Other thing, remember the shirt that has the inner part here coming from the arm right here is very hard to touch like this. So you cannot go to school like that or to work, but you can use, for example, for your own garden work, if it's soft, right, that you can use. And will be the boys wearing, so they can take completely out and give to the team that's going to be checking, because at residential sites, we also going to do that, okay? We are going to check. So easily they can take the shirt out, you know, completely, entirely off the body, okay? Then the security touch, and then they put back on, okay? And if something happened at school, the security can ask for boys, for males to take them off, any age. Right? Not preschools, because forbidden to preschool kids up to kindergarten to go with those things that, you know, okay? All right. So basically is that, yes, but they have cameras all over at preschools, right? All over. And we also in preschools, we have some drawings, right? So we know when the cameras are recording something, they know what that class is related to. So we need beautiful drawings at classrooms as well, some information, right? Some simple things, not too much as done in the United States, in Florida for elementary school, that's too much. But some like done in middle and high school, some here, some there. Okay, so we know which class that camera is recording, right? So we need some harmonious pictures, let's say 2 or 4 in one wall, and maybe another wall with some information. The other wall is already the teacher, always with the teacher's name. They never erase. So the cameras, mini cameras, regular cameras, all the cameras know which room that's about. The number of the room always going to be inside and outside. Done. Very easy. So we just have to see inside the classrooms and inside the apartments where would be the best location. I guess by the door, right? Because nobody can get in or out. So they have right there the door, because the inner camera going to be already recording that the number of the classroom by the door, right? The switch of the light, right? Okay, and by the the apartments also by the door, and by the board, the teacher's board gonna be always be the name. Paint the name right there. Done. It's good for the whole year, right? And if that teacher gonna stay for 2 years, it stay. If that teacher gonna stay for 10 years, is already there. The name, you know, first name of both and last name. So gonna be 3 names. That's okay, no problem. All right? Okay. Actually, here's an improvement. The teacher that is the leader, such as the one that really study for education, gonna be the complete name, first and last name. Okay? And then assistant, the word below that, gonna say assistant, only the first name, because everybody gonna know they are married, right? Because that's the only way they can teach. I think that's the right way, because then they're going to know who is the main teacher that really study for that subject, right? And who is the assistant is their spouse. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thing that for all these stain removers for clothes that we already have, we can use them. Bring them to the school, because every day the kids go, come back, right? Gonna be a limit per student, and they have to shake when they come in. So let's say they can bring 4 at a time, right? I think that's reasonable. And if they're gonna fix their tennis, the teachers, according to what may be, the tennis stay there to dry. They only bring home next day. Okay, so to avoid kids to play around and take the part off and didn't glue yet or things like that. Okay, and if it's possible, they already wear that tennis, fix, and already come back with the same tennis, such as fix for markers or fix, something else like the Velcro. They go already fixed and already come back with the same shoes without bags. We have to avoid bags the most as possible. They bring on their hands, no bags. Okay, so I think it's a good limit, right? 4 per day, because we have many people. So imagine, and they have to hold a point like that. They have to hold a shirt like that and shake right there by these 2 different couples. And they can also hold and shake or press it, They're going to press to make sure it's soft, nothing hard inside, And we are going to tell you, the security team and the safety team going to tell when they're going to start doing randomly. But for now, we can have 10 couples helping, because some schools right now have 2,000 students or even more, right? Some have 400, imagine. So you can't fit anyone to fix all these things. So you're going to tell how many, right, each day, okay? But you also have many hours on the day, so you're going to be busy all day. And many older students, they can do things by themselves. You're just going to explain, like those videos that I'm making are for the volunteers. So what happens is that the volunteer is going to make better videos. This is just ideas, because I improve. So finally, we're going to have the final version, right? Available for everyone. Okay, so, but for now, might be 10, even 20 different couples to be checking these clothes they're bringing, 4 items at a time, and also to check the clothes they're wearing, right? The way I already explained. For library cards, the same way, this is mine here, look, Martin County Library System. All right, on the back is a barcode and a number. I'm not going to show you, of course. Okay, so, but for everything, going to have this adjustment time. So people will be changing and using already their barcode, right? When is a barcode and it's light, because they're going to have a magnetic, our country cards and student cards going to have a magnet. So they're going to they slide the magnet. They're going to go to bus, slide the magnet, because that's the only way we're going to track people where they are, that they really went to have fun. Okay, so they get points. They had fun. They ate properly, the right items. Okay, they get points. They ate. They can't jump meals. Okay, so for everything like that, we are not hiding things from ignorant people that are not used to these things, No, we're going to tell everyone about all the rules and guidelines, right? So they know. The only exception might be for people that are very dangerous from jail, And then the security guard's going to tell. They're going to stay, some of them, already released in December and already go home in December. For the very dangerous ones, it's better to wait until the end of January. Okay, but those that if they just stole a bike, if they just did the very simple things, they were not, they are not harmful. They go home. Please let them go home already in December. They already go home, and with their families, they already go home. And those that are really harmful, wait a little longer until the end of January, because we're going to have more people, right? More trained, know what they're going to do, okay? So that's an improvement for jail, will be like that, everyone in jail. All right? Okay. The other improvements for electric chair we are going to use only if the person does not die naturally, such as elders or person that has a very severe injury. It makes no sense to keep people in hospitals, right? In coma, people can't walk, can't talk, can't listen, right? Can't eat, can't drink. So those type of people, every case is a little different, right? If they do one, don't do the other, right? But already the families, we're going to tell, the families already start praying. And yes, we are going to have electric chair, every other county, every 4, right there between, or every 2, depends how big they are. Because that's the only way. What we're going to do? What we're going to do with people that does not die naturally, right? We're not inviting people from far away. So people need to learn how to do that naturally with prayers, right? And talk to the person. Tell the person we have this park for the person to wait. Already see who's going to be pregnant, because this way the person going to feel more secure. Okay, so I'm going to wait here this park just for what? Maybe 1 year, 1 month, or 2 years. Okay, so you're sure you can have me like a daughter, right? Okay, you can ask them, so as improvement here, for 18 years old and older. For now, for these first 2 years, you can ask them even for if they are 16 years old, right? Because 15, they start having a boyfriend too early, right? So just for these 2 years, you can ask them if as soon as they are 16 years old, not younger, okay? And of course, nobody else can make a commitment for them. And they cannot answer right away. They have to think for a few minutes. If it's a real grandmother, real grandfather, then it's okay. If it's a friend, they're not going to get opinion of their mom, opinion of their dad. No, they're going to think themselves because they already have it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend, right? So both of them already going to talk about and already give an answer for the person. Because right now, we need to be helpful in any way we can. Because with prayers, let's say the person was mean, nobody liked the person. Well, but it's a new beginning, it's a new baby, right? Okay, that baby gonna born happy and beautiful, right? Okay, all right, so that's how we are going to do, okay? So let's get organized, let's get ready. So if you have things that is old or stained, you cannot give them to thrift stores, remember? But you can keep them home for a few more weeks. They're dress code, so they're fine, okay? They add improvements for blankets. So if you have blankets that is Disney or video games or things, you can keep only until end of December or end of January. You have to find your way, okay? You have to find your way, go to thrift stores, so no more after that. If you really don't have them, and if it's really winter, really cold. Otherwise, use the sheets, and you don't need blankets, okay? But for sure not after end of January, okay? All right? So I think it's good, right? We're telling everyone how to do it, okay? And I think that will be the best way. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. If you have any clothes that you think, I don't know if I use it or not, wait a little bit, that's fine. If they're good, they're solid colors like this one, wait a little bit. What would be the most needed? For example, one that have stain. It's better to bleach and use as a shirt, a t-shirt, or it's better what you need most, or you need the cleaning towels, okay? So for everything, if it's a dress code, keep a little longer until you see what's going on, the families that move, what you need the most, okay? All right, doing really great. All right, so if you have something like that, something you bought with the code, right, that's fine. You can still use, if you really need to plant things. Just get the markers. So every community, once we already have them, right, so every community gonna have one marker as well. So they can fade out anything, right, that's needed, okay? And they can even write the name of the plant, instead of having so many stickers, if you have different seeds, right, different bags, okay? So we can use the markers during these 2 years. For everything I'm saying for 2 years, we're gonna say afterwards if we need something longer for afterwards or not, because now we're going to live by the beach, so it's a lot of changes for many people. So keep the markers, but not at home. It's forbidden to every community, residential community can have them this way. And every commercial site, maybe you can keep 2, right? For now, for main things, if something happened like this one, right? To mark bags, because we need billions of trees, so everything counts. So you're gonna do the sprouts, right? And the ones that you can already put in a bag, put in a bag, okay? So you're gonna see, depending on the plant you're planting. But that's very important, okay? And instead of cutting and making trash, you just make a hole. Go through and slide, go through and slide the scissors, right? In a good amount according to the soil and according to the humidity that plant you're planting needs. Okay, all right, we're gonna have the department director that needs to know, and the assistant couple that's gonna guide with everything, right? Okay, on Saturdays for tree planting, during the week for elders, nobody gonna be home. We have to be out. Okay, the elders can't stand too much, so all right, they sit on their tables, they communicate with each other, they're doing something. The other thing, keep any measuring spoons you have from your country, even that they're not metric, and on the future we're gonna have better ones. All right? Okay, thank you. For tomato paste, yes, you can use them even that they have sugar until the end of January. Shall we try that? I think we can really do it. And leave the tomato, the future tomatoes that will be coming, to be prepared, to prepare them fresh, to prepare them cooked, right? To make sauce without sugar, because we really don't need sugar. All right, we just need to boil them. They last longer, but we're not going to need that much of shelf life, okay? All right, my friends, keep going, get organized, get ready. We see you soon. Anything that you really don't know, if it's recycled or not, don't recycle, just put in the trash, right? You have no use for tags and things, right? Okay, because over there, they already incinerated many things, because it's not worth it unless you live really close by to a recycle center, right? But for things you really don't know, don't worry about, just send them in the trash, and we are not going to sell anymore. As soon as we have our distribution centers, everything gonna sold in bulks, so big boxes of oranges, big boxes of those very strong frame boxes in plastic, with little holes in it. Okay, that where the food gonna come, right? And for everything that's dry food, gonna become in plastic bags, sealed, properly sealed, okay? And in bulk, big quantities, the best as possible. Use what you already pack, as I already said. For everything else, do it on a new way. And the powder also for cilantro, for turmeric. So let's do powder, these 4 powders I said, until the end of January, right? And it's forbidden to produce more, because some people have a lot of them in stores. We don't want to waste any bit. So share, and use them, make more dressings. Like I bought quite a lot. So if you have more turmeric, for example, make more dressings for the chicken, for the fish, for the rice, right? Cook them, use them, right? Because, yeah, so all the powders, coffee, cinnamon, not those that are mixed, you don't know what they are. No, not those, but those that are plain. Coffee, chocolate, turmeric, garlic, and cinnamon. Okay, just these 5 because they're really important. All right, ginger. So let's do 6 ginger powder once we are doing them anyways. But they have to be plain, because the people that will be coming to check them up, need to already make sure that taste and smells right. Okay, all right. And a little pepper is good. You can already use in December only for any type of pepper in powder, and then in seasoning, extra seasoning you have, use only in December at your own house or whichever you're eating, okay? As soon as they don't have too much sugar. All right, very good. Keep all your plastics neat, organized like this, you know, standing. One only for the color ones, one only for the transparent ones. But to give it to your community, because the elders gonna work at the community the best as possible, right? And younger people gonna work in construction, things that need more labor work, right? Okay, have them neat and organized, and they will sort them out neatly. So the colored one's gonna be in a location, a cabinet that, you know, not easy access because they don't need for now, and the ones transparent in a closer cabinet, right, of this community kitchen or this restaurant right beside the community. Okay, all right, really great. Something like that you can use because it's almost transparent, you know, and the other side is completely transparent. So if you have a mesh like that that can drain, you can use for plants that can keep less water according to your weather, of course. All right. Okay, my friends, so transparent or almost transparent bags are fine to be used. Okay, use them. You just have to take the little sliding thing if that's your case, but they can be used, you know, such as those, you know, they have little label, excuse me, but, you know, they're transparent in general, you can use it. All right, okay, so all transparent, even something like that you can use as well. You know, such as this one, okay, you can use it, right? In the future, we're gonna have our own that will be this pattern, but you're gonna leave for afterwards and use only in cases needed, and if it's authorized, those type of plastic, because they are not transparent, okay? All right. And for planting, right? That's the purpose, for planting. And of course, you're gonna use your transparent bag for food, as already, I think I already said, right? For everything, you can put in bags what is visible, we know what it is, such as nuts, grains, we know what it is, but not powders, right? And for chocolate powder and for everything else, you have only January, have to use cinnamon. We don't want to throw these things away, but maybe up to 10 days. Let's do up to 10 days if they're in powder, right? Because we don't want to keep powder, we don't know. Only garlic, right? If they smell garlic and taste garlic, then would be okay. I think chocolate and coffee, I think maybe for 2 weeks, because we have a lot that was already grinded, right? We don't want to waste food. So maybe for 2 weeks or so, or until the end of December for sure, right? But maybe 2 more weeks in January for chocolate, coffee, garlic, already said, and cinnamon. Okay, because those are important things for us. We don't want to waste those things, okay? But not for mixture things such as pepper. All right, so you're gonna get your bags and plant, you know, and use harder pots, the ones I showed you earlier, the most as possible, and use this with holes on the bottom, only if it's really needed. All right, get ready. So it's forbidden for children to play sticks outside. Okay, it's forbidden to them to bang plants, okay? All right. Why? Because they might have, you know, bad things in it. Okay, so it's very important for us to be safe. They cannot bring home, they cannot play in playgrounds, not at the neighborhood, and not at their educational sites. Okay, all right. The other thing is that for eurythmy rods, that is different. They are playing, the teacher is looking, they return after, and it's done. You know, smaller rods for younger children and larger rods for older ones. We're gonna tell you what type of rod we're gonna have, how thick they're gonna be, okay, but not playing with sticks. Thank you. Now I have here an update for worms. Many worms, I don't know if all of them, but many worms. You're gonna eat anti-inflammatory because that's what it is. You know, they're good and they bother the worms and they're gonna be killed. Because if we have a healthy environment, bad things doesn't stay in it. We're gonna take a lot of sun that also help. You know, unless it's something really bad, you know, and then gonna need ivermectin or other things. If the person has lice, that's a sign the blood of the person is already not healthy. Okay, but otherwise, you know, we're gonna start this way. A lot of garlic, a lot of ginger, or a coconut oil raw in a spoon with empty stomach in the morning, and no food until lunchtime for everybody. We're gonna tell the right week we're gonna do that, because that's a great anti-parasitic, you know. Yes, so you're gonna take 1 or 2 spoons, right? 1 or 2 spoons, and take them a free empty stomach, sorry, and fasting in the morning. So everyone gonna pass at the kitchen right before they go to school, because they don't have to brush their teeth afterwards, right? That's it. They might have a little something such as 1 nut, just to take the taste out of the coconut oil, but that's it. You know, maybe 2 spoons. We're gonna tell how much according to the people's weight, okay, and the severity. So they're gonna take that every day for 1 whole week, for example, maybe 8 or 10 days. We're gonna give you information about that, but that's how we do it, because many antiparasitic, they are what? They are synthetic, right? They are synthetic chemicals that is also antibiotics that kill. Antibiotics is what kills many different types of worms. So if you eat a lot of it, you cannot have it, right? So we're gonna tell how many days according to the severity of the family, because some family are really hygienic, they already took a sun and healthy, ate a lot of salad, raw food, and also anti-inflammatory acid items, and vitamin C, right, often, such as lemon, lime, fruits in general, right? Okay, but some no. Some people eat a lot of what? Grains and pasta and fast food, okay? All right. So that's how we're gonna do. We're gonna have a proper measuring spoon and give the quantity. So 1 spoon for the children. We're gonna tell you how much until what weight, and 2 for the older ones. Every morning, and they don't eat. Children up to elementary school, they're gonna eat 9 o'clock, right? But if it's needed, because right, it's adjustment time for this first time. So they're gonna have what? About 3 hours without food. So whichever time they ate that, the teachers that gonna live right there by the preschool, right? Gonna know 3 hours empty stomach, just the coconut oil. Okay, all right, and they're gonna have a tiny piece of something, maybe a tiny piece of ginger, just to take the oil from the mouth, right? Okay, very good, let's do it.